go. And we are live.
I don't have a small cheap salvage ship at the moment, Wolf, but should I build one at any point in the future, I'll definitely upload it. When I finish my current 2 ship builds around all the stations I'm doing, though, I'm probably going to start a jump ship. That, like, barely even has thrusters. Like, it goes insanely slow with thrusters, but it has just, like, infinite jumping potential. Awesome. There's the multi-Twitch link for Saladin, who's in TeamSpeak with us here.
Oh, see, now it fucking works. Why is it working now?
Take it easy, Daedalus. Thanks for hanging out, man. Always a pleasure.
User disconnected from your channel.
Now the joys of building the ass end of this thing.
Literally makes the ass end an ass.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be looking like that almost.
Alright, now I gotta figure out. I'm actually getting dizzy watching this stupid ship cord rotate.
Sounds like a good reason to turn it off. The rotation, I mean, not the game.
I really want a hardcore like survival mode in StarMade though.
Hey Ben, welcome back, man. Oh Ben.
Huh?
Color changing logic, smart lights, post, rated, commented, whatever. And let's see, Saladin here is also streaming, so let me grab you the multi-Twitch link, if I can copy it. And there we are, there's a multi-Twitch link as well.
Mm-hmm. Nope, not this one. Nope. Sounds like the A-team.
That's what I was about to say, right? Busting out the A-team, bro.
You weren't about to say that. Because I do that all the time and you never say that.
I seriously thought A-team.
I really need to change my settings on TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I've got all, like, on my profile that I use for streaming, I have all the different, like, notifiers and sounds and everything turned off. Just set to clearly hear the people in the channel, and that's it. I use a bot on another screen to monitor, like, so I know when people come in and out of the channel. Speaking of which, why is Q still in here? Dang it, Q sweet.
I like how you mentioned earlier that you said sometimes you just leave your person in here and just like go to work, and that's exactly what he did afterwards.
Yep.
Alright.
Let's see, Saladin must be screwing with the settings because his mic is muted.
User was
Yes.
moved
Yes.
out of your channel.
There we go. Q is now fixed.
There we go. That should be working.
Our CGO is here, I believe. Because I see an indicator going around my screen.
Or Shinjo's on the server. I was wondering if he's in the Twitch.
I was still paying attention. Yes, yes.
There we go. Probably need to turn the activation way up.
What does it mean, HP damage penalty from systems? Mean?
Hit point damage penalty, like if the systems you have built into your ship cause you to take a damage penalty. Like I think if you had ionic shielding or something, it might reduce it, like negative penalty, or I don't know. I don't know.
I can't remember either.
What is ionic shielding?
Look under your effects.
Ionic module.
Aside from hooking effects into weapons systems to make them do different things, you can also did you use hardened armor on the exterior, or did you? You did, okay. I guess it is a warship. It just slows you down. But the blue, you use standard. The main engine blocks you use hardened.
Link to ion effect modules and a weapons computer of any kind causes the weapon to convert damage that would have been done to shields or health blocks. Oh, so it just drains energy from someone? It's like an energy
Let me
missile.
drag Ben back down here now that I'm thinking about it. He's chilling up. It's actually Ben, you know what? Just gonna butter your toast, bro.
Forced.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So if I have like ion missiles, then it will just like sap all the energy out if they have like a huge bank of energy.
Awesome, Ben. Appreciate it. And I'm not sure, that sounds about right. Which would obviously help you in combat. Yeah. So, there's not really any geometric requirements or touching block set requirements, Mihai. In regard to shields, the biggest thing you need to consider is that to even charge them up at all, you have to have at least one recharger in there, and it costs power. And obviously the more shield recharges you have, the more shield you regain per second, but the higher the power cost when the shields are regaining or charging.
If I dock a ship to my main ship, will it also share the shields of my main ship?
Until your main ship shields
Yes.
are depleted to like 60% or something. There's a threshold where it stops, like where the turret or docked entity
User
stops
joined your
taking
channel.
parent shields, but it's a ways in. Oh, fancy. That was cool looking. fuck up my planet over here? Or was it already like that? This looks exploded. But it should be protected.
Regulus 2 OP.
I think it's just a cave. Just facing that way shooting, and it totally looks like somebody shot this up, but I think that was how it was.
No, that's a cave.
Yeah. But when I came around that corner, you can't blame me for being like, wait a second, what are you doing over there? I mean, there's been bugs in the past with planet segments still taking damage from being salvageable. We had that issue.
They did put in the update to where you can have like a ship dock to a ship, dock to a ship, right?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Chain docking? Yeah. That was a long time ago.
I remember like when we were playing, we're like, man, I wish I could get that to work. And then like, right as we stopped playing, oh, well, right as I stopped playing, they added it.
Go enough.
Thanks, boss. I just realised what button your post allows you. Didn't realise I could jump in for myself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, if you're playing with other people, you need to voice chat with or whatever. You actually have the ability to give them toast now and drag them between channels. So just don't abuse your newfound toasty powers.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't be abusing any powers. I actually didn't even know I had any powers until 2 seconds ago.
Right. Yeah. No worries. No worries.
Because I think you only just got them yourself. But we won't mention that part.
No, never.
Okay.
Man, if I can get this to work, it's gonna be amazeballs.
Yeah, I need to rework TeamSpeak permissions a little bit, and I need to apply for our non-profit license with TeamSpeak 3, which will allow us to raise the server max to 512 client slots instead of 32, so that's going to be legendary.
Have you managed to make it all the way around, of course, with the wedging that you're doing?
Yes, sir, I have.
Hey, Golden. What's going on?
Is that someone on your stream?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I forgot I turned on the voice activation. I'm going to have to do something with that. I don't know what yet, but...
I mean, everyone on my stream hears everything on TSS. Making sure I know what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one of my regulars, because I play Factoro, one of the games I play, and he's one of the regulars over there, one of my moderators when I'm playing that.
Cool.
But yeah, Golden, this is something I'm building. For those watching my stream.
You're in the right feed with the multi-Twitch link I sent you. Though, I mean, repasting it here is always good. But I think everyone here's got it so far. If you want to repaste that suggestion form post, though.
That not working.
I want color changing lights.
I don't know if they would actually... Some of them, no. I don't even see the link. Where is it? There it is. Found it. I'll post it on my side.
Form post, yeah. Awesome, thank you, Ben.
There.
I think everybody loves the crap out of that idea. The question is it too much work for Schema? Because I'm sure Schema would be like a good idea, but...
Yeah, how much coding...
Yeah.
How much coding is required to do that?
That's what it all comes down to, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Rolls his
Sounds
eyes and
simple.
goes, 10,000 lines of code extra to the game.
10 lines, it'd probably be like, well...
Oh, no, I said 10,000. Maybe I might cut off there.
I don't know, it might not be that much. Believe it or not, for doing... Just changing the color is what you want, right?
The light block whose color can change based on... And I mean, the weapon system colors can already change based on being linked to emitter blocks, so... Obviously, to have it be toggleable, the lights be toggleable between different colors, we would need it to be logic based. Like you link an activator block to an emitter block, and that activator block also links back to the color changing light bulb or block. And
Not really, because they can still use the same color schematics or color ideas for when you're doing weapons. Everything is there.
A lot of the stuff that's already in the game in order to achieve
Yeah.
it, so.
So it's like all they would have to do is implement the code into the light block itself to use those.
That's what's happening. Okay.
Just have to see what they say. Just
Yeah.
It gets enough attention that it goes, it gets in the hands of the council and skim the post.
Yeah, that would be handy.
It's a great idea. I mean, a couple of my stations have airlock systems in them, and I've been wanting to go in and add lighting that, when the airlock is cycling, it changes to red, and when it's like, closed and good, it changes back to green. And if I could just do it with
One block.
kind of block that I could wire with logic to change, oh man, it changes everything. And likewise with my bridge, Hey Raven, welcome back. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the host. Thanks a lot for the host.
Oh, shoot. I actually have to go to YouTube as well. Ha ha.
I got chat bumps now. I got animated pop-up now. Hello.
I gotta go check my YouTube chat. Oops.
Can you guys hit Raven with the multi-Twitch link and the forum link?
I got the multi-Twitch.
No, I know
I
somebody.
got the-
Ben got the forum post, and you got the multi-Twitch. Awesome.
Sweet.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
That's what's happening right now, bro.
And I have to
I
go
don't know
to...
if you've seen this yet, Raven, but I painfully suffered through multiple crashes on single player to acquire this 800+ meter planet segment, which I imported to my private build server, and I'm hoping to make a yeah, no worries, no rush, dude, no rush. Hoping to make a Saber-inspired, skid racetrack, but
Oh, yes. I love sabers. Hey, look at that. Raven.
I realized what was happening was every time I activate my activation module, instead of having my ship spin constantly, it just kicks my ship off of the dock, the spin dock.
yeah, Raven, I will definitely try and help you figure that out. Okay, repeat the question, Creative, I'm sorry.
It's not a question. I figured out what's happening,
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you figured it out, bro. Sorry, I wasn't paying more attention.
but I don't know how to fix it. That's Hey, so I have the spinning rail dock thing, and I have my ship docked to it, and I have an activation signal, activate signal activation module thing, right? And I have that bound to the spinning dock. So what I want to happen is press R on the signal activation block and have my ship constantly spin. But what's happening is it just kicks the ship off of the block instead of spinning it.
So you either have the block that's touching the activation module to tell the rail like what to do when it's activated, like what data to send to the rail for the rail to turn into. It could be facing the wrong way. Like if it faces the opposite direction of what's docked to it because you didn't line it up the exact same way as the dock, that could cause it to become undocked. I read in the very beginning when Rails came out that having not enough mass enhancers could also cause that, but in my experience, not enough mass enhancers only slows movement down. Which I'll often, I want it to go that slow sometimes and will intentionally not put enough mass enhancers, so I hope that doesn't change.
Also, if you have a button or activation module or something right next to it, it will de-dock it. Because it acts like a de-docking.
I didn't know that could happen, but yeah,
Yeah.
that may be what Raven just said in chat as well, is, your logic is too close, you're rerunning it into the block, I think.
Correct.
Just guessing. And he said mass enhancers don't kick it off, so yeah, like I thought they just slow it down. And yeah,
Yeah.
anytime you want, Raven. The server here can't handle too many crazy builds at once, but people I trust helping on one crazy build is acceptable, yes sir.
Want pizza.
Yeah, so do I. Okay, way too many chats to keep track of. My god.
That'll
Okay.
happen.
Well, I have your chat, my Twitch chat, plus I have my YouTube chat.
You stream
Why are you streaming
two
YouTube?
simultaneously?
Yeah, I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch, Hitbox, and Ustream, I think.
Why is your
That must be
internet
amazing.
not yelling at you?
Um,
Not dead.
I have 50-50. 50 meg up, 50 meg down.
That's awesome.
I have 7 up.
I have 100 meg
7.
down, and I would go for your internet because I only get 8 up.
Yeah,
Get 2 up.
I purposely got this internet for this reason. It is purposely for it because one, my job actually, sometimes I work from home and not streaming, but I'm actually remoting into other people's computers to help them fix their stuff, and that requires me to make sure that I have really good internet.
That makes sense. Yeah, Raven, if you're still there, I don't know how late I'll be streaming tonight. When my wife gets off work, I usually tend to slow down. Sometimes I come back after dinner, but we'll see. And Arsenio, if you want, I can come copy paste the tube that
damn.
I'm docked to down there. It would only create a parking space for you, but
Apparently I'm getting 6 up right now.
that's why I made that too. I haven't copied it yet, but I want to save it as a template.
You laugh, but that's good for me.
Now,
Usually I have like 2 up.
I laugh because there's actually a couple people that play Factoro with me, and they're from UK and one's from Australia. They're happy with 0.5 upload.
Oh yeah, because Australia.
Well, no. He actually gets 1 meg up. Golden actually in my chat can actually attest to this because they always complain well, they always tell me to be quiet because I always tell them, oh, let's see what my speed test is. Shut up. That's all I see in chat.
I mean, you think New England would have the fastest internet, considering like the internet started there, but no, we're fucking idiots.
Raven, I'm going to dome it actually, and since the build helper will not go that big, I'm going to use the circles. The circles in the build helper, which will go that big, I'm going to slowly scale the radius down as I go, restricting the area and creating a, I don't know, 5x5 or 9x9x9 advanced build box to fill it in quickly with glass and then wedge it as I go. And I honestly think not using the ellipsoid and using the steps down circles will kind of give it a cool slope look. Other than that, I mean, I have some images in my head of where I'm going with it, but my builds, it just kind of comes together as I go. And that said, if people start helping, I can try and get more down and provide better guidance than that, but
Good
right
luck.
now, yeah, I know the dumbing is going to make my computer cry. It's going to make me cry too.
Well, how are you supposed to,
Well, he suggested I hack off the bottom of the plate to reduce the draw time, but I think that it's not block count, right? It's surface area.
surface area?
I was thinking maybe if I fill them all in, and that way if I want to hollow them back out, I fill them in with something neutral to the plate blocks, like shield blocks or something, and then if we want to make use of a cave or extend the plate through there later, it's easier for us to edit. But I think that would reduce the draw time just as much, right? So,
It should.
yeah.
I have Golden on my chat. He just actually caught up to my stream, and then I just see on the chat, yeah, shut up.
That's a factor. Well, maybe I should shave the bottom of the plate. We'll just have to see as I make progress. Yes, the guns will no-clip the decor.
Arg. I don't know if I want to drop this down one or not. Choices. So many choices. I saved the hardest part to last.
Oh my god, green streaks of missiles across my screen.
Uh-oh. Are you on the server now?
I've been on a private build server.
Ow, ow.
Toaster community the whole time.
Oh.
Sergio, who's one of the mods in chat there, has his retrofitting over here. I swear you did too, Raven. I don't know what happened. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. There's going to be an annoying buzzer and an animated pop-up on screen whenever subalerts catches up. So this is my trivia, which is not on right now, is still managed by Ultimate TwitchBot, and that is still welcoming people. I have switched to OnkBot as well, and I'm having trouble getting the song requests working. They actually work fine. The issue is I'm trying to play them through the laptop through TeamSpeak with a virtual audio cable, and that is not working fine, so that's not turned on right now, but people are accruing, right? I just don't want to open, I don't want a browser running in the background more than I need to on my, the system I'm streaming on is all that comes down to, man.
Are you on a spud?
Not do trivia, but, Saber was checking it out the other day, and the only reason he saw to not switch to it and stay on Dbot was he didn't think it announced, like, follows and hosts and stuff in chat. And I can tell
But
you
it does.
Yeah, any help with that would be awesome, dude. The problem I'm having is it was making the music sound like it was on crack.
Every now and again, your mic will sound like it's on, like, crack really quickly.
Maybe
Like you'll
it's
squeak.
failures for me, I don't know.
Just like your voice?
No, it's his.
Is that why there wasn't a stream for me yesterday, Boris? Because I logged on at usual time and tiny.
I don't know. I thought I streamed all day yesterday. My sound died at the end, but I don't know the time I was going to stop anyway.
He must have tried getting on the stream when you had like people over or something, or you were waiting for people to come over to like view your house.
That
Was
might
that
have been
yesterday
it.
morning?
Yes, yeah, it was yesterday. I logged on to listen to you while I was editing. And it's,
I think I started late yesterday because I had an appraiser come into my house. We've basically been renting the house we're buying for a couple months because we had to sell our house in Texas before we had cleared the bank loans to buy the house here. But we were lucky enough to find a deal where we got to rent the house we wanted. Like the owner liked us and wanted to sell to us and blah blah blah. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's what happened in a nutshell. And yesterday was the appraisal, so I didn't stream until after the appraiser had come and gone. I'm waiting to hear what that is. Hopefully it was big. Hey, there's your follow, Raven. It's usually not this slow, man. It's been bad today. I don't know what's up with that. It's kind of funny. And Saber makes fun of my sound effect for follows. Thinks it's the strangest one he's heard.
It could be worse.
I got you, Raven. Creative here in chat with us has been playing Battlefront the last couple days a lot.
Not a lot. Every now and again.
Okay,
I'll
a
hop
little
on.
bit. I know he was saying it's already riddled with hackers, as Tenju just commented.
Yeah.
We have a bandwidth cap of allowance of 450 gigs per billing cycle, and I use 20 to 30 gigs a day. So I have not downloaded it for just a couple days to test, but I also am so anti-Origin it's not even funny, and so that's not helping my decision to not download it.
Aha!
Gavin is love, Gavin is life.
Oh, I gotta go back over to your chat now, too.
You're starting to get an opinion of it as a game, though? Is it, you think it's good, or? I mean, the initial announcement trailer looked phenomenal.
wasn't Watch Dogs on Origin as well?
I don't know. I thought Watch Dogs was
No,
on Steam.
it wasn't. It was on Steam.
Alright. Another game. What game? Origin. Awful.
I said Gavin, but you could determine it as Raven, but you typed Flavin, so now I'm just confused.
It's Uplay. That's what it is. Watch Dogs is Uplay.
Oh, that's Bungie's platform. Everyone tries to make their own distro platform now. Steam succeeded so much.
Yeah.
Origin's distro platform is so bad that they give away games like on a weekly basis to try and get people to use it. And people still only use it for 2 days and then leave again.
It's red alert right now. I think it is.
Oh, I heard. I stopped even bothering, man. Then honestly, I want to stream StarMade as much as possible. And if I'm not streaming StarMade, I'll probably go play Elder Scrolls Online with a couple people in the community. So
Yeah, that was a good game.
But it's too buggy. I can only get so far. My town gets like 18, 20 people in it, and then it just does not run.
Yep. Imagine once that game gets like super optimized and you can have like hundreds of people just running around doing stuff.
Dude, it's gonna be amazing. With the
Oh my
multiplayer
gosh.
coming too, it's gonna, you know, voxel-based sandbox city builder. Fantasy. Yeah, that's good stuff.
And there's gonna be like people who can use magic to fight off people and my mind has been blown.
Yeah, I'm psyched about that one. There's a lot of genres I love mixed together.
Let's see, so this is a button. I want the single button to be here. No. How do I like deselect it? Oh, there we go. Never mind. I toggle that.
By the reports, those missiles have a range of almost 5 sectors. His missiles do. I still...
5 sectors?
Yeah.
I wish they would update that to meters instead of sectors, because sectors are how big on this server?
Yeah. 50 times larger than normal, I do believe.
Yeah.
Did Creative build it? Creative was the one that did it, didn't he?
Did what?
Made him so big.
The sectors? No, that was my fault.
I would have normal fucking size sectors, or like
Everyone
5
complains about
times
it, it's
larger.
hilarious. And I put them in creative mode and they build jump drives, and it's no longer a problem.
I still have yet to place down a single jump drive, so...
Well, you're still sitting at spawn building.
The point is invalid.
I think he'll stay at spawn for pretty much the whole time.
Yep. Wait, is that a button that I need?
Yep.
That's an activation module. God damn it. Okay.
Yeah, no worries, Raven. Enjoy the burger, man. Getting warnings in server console about your janky rail systems, Creative.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep, console says this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
No, I'm just talking about.
How many ships are you gonna have attached to one ship?
7.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted from chat there. I see what you did now. That's amusing. I know not all men agree, but I do believe there is such a thing as guns that are too big.
Never.
Like I said, I know not all men agree.
That's heresy.
Well, what was it? I think it was, well, let's put it this way, it was a while ago, but someone had built a planet, when we still had the wedges, or not wedges, but like one section of a planet. We didn't have the,
It's the old disc of Honor.
yeah. Someone made a actual turret that was the size of the planet.
Holy Jesus.
And yeah, basically it could shoot all the way across the sector. Anybody. It would shoot once, you're done.
So, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Can't imagine how much power that took though, because because I got a turret. I got a couple turrets on my main station that take 11 million power a shot to fire.
Well, this was... It was... Oh, what was it? I had to go find it.
Docking tube, where's that jail? Fit a public module in the docking tube. I need to be able to link a public module. Yeah, it shouldn't be able to take out any blocks. You should have gotten the pop-up indicator saying it's a home base. I'm going to take a second and try and figure out if... See, I need to be able to link public permission modules to blocks. That's what I want. That was my other form suggestion that got buried behind other stuff. That would be amazing. Then I could have... I just want it hidden. I want the public block hidden, and I want the activation module hidden. Can't have both. Where? Or can I link the rail to the activator and not have...
I would say link it to the activator.
No, that's what I'm about to find out.
I mean, you can link it that way, and you don't have to have anything shown because the public can be behind it.
Yeah,
so.
I wasn't sure if this would work, so the only way to find out, though, is going to be to hop in the ship. Okay, stop shooting step lasers, Sergio. I gotta test this.
Shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him.
When I undock that ship, please don't shoot again. That's not what right now.
I gotta check my chats.
Oh, I'm being stupid. Why did I wedge myself in here like this? Haha!
Okay.
Oh, of course, it sticks me outside and I fall. That's what I was trying to avoid. I'm never gonna get that ship out of that, too.
Yeah, you will.
But the front door of the ship was open because I haven't reworked the logic yet. Damn it.
I just saw you fall. With the delay of the video when you were explaining it, it wasn't on my screen, and then I saw it.
Gravity's a bitch. I don't know. That's so disoriented. Okay, there we go. I'm lined up with the ship again, instead of the planet.
There. I fixed that. I just turned off my streaming for YouTube. It was causing me issues. Or did I stop streaming for everything? No, okay. I got scared there for a second.
Oh. But I get for trying to parkour over a duck. Just... It's all the stream is just watch me fall off stuff. There goes my shuttle. Oh.
I'm not to that point yet. I'm watching right now and I'm waiting for it.
How far is my shuttle gonna fall? Oh, is it just flying through space now?
It's just happened on my screen.
Wow.
Oh, it's almost 1,000 meters away. I'm just gonna use the destroy entity command on that sucker, because...
There it goes. It just caught up on the stream.
Yeah, it'll keep going, dude. It just keeps going. I'm not oh no, I got it, Arsenio. No worries. It's just hilarious that... Oh, you wanted to go shoot it. I understand now. My bad. Sorry to have denied you that.
You've been denied the privilege of being able to destroy it. Okay.
Yeah, no, it has to touch the rail. The activation block has to touch the rail to get activated when something's docked to it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't link it and put a public block on it without having one exposed to the exterior, which sucks.
Not if you... Well...
Open to any ideas, but I don't think there's a solution without the activation block of the public Docker module showing. That said, somewhere I have a forum post suggesting faction permission module linking, as in being able to, like, hide them behind walls and link them like computer systems, and I think that would be great for the game. No, a few people bumped it. Unfortunately, I posted the first one in the wrong place, because it was the first time I'd ever bothered on the StarMade forums, right as I started streaming again, and then somebody was like, this is awesome, go post it in the right place, and I did. Then a mod moved the original one to where it belonged, and then everyone ignored it.
Oh, jeez.
It happens.
Uh-huh.
Right. So, how do I use this control block thing to make it loop?
So, if you attach a button or an activation module to the rail that does the turning, the one that your thing's docked to. So to the piece it's docked to is where you attach it, and you basically link them to each other with CV. Actually, I think you just link the rail to the button. You link the button to the rail, and every time
Button to the rail.
it turns on the button, and then the button sends the signal back to the rail, telling it to repeat itself.
Yep.
But what if I have like a bunch of activation modules already set and like tied in so it has like a specific degree of rotation?
That's fine.
And I'm
That's
using,
separate.
like an AND signal already hooked up to that block.
Technically, that's separate from the system you're doing. Think of them as different systems.
If you're just trying to do infinite rotation, then just stick a button down there, not an activation module.
Yeah.
Buttons don't tell it rotation degrees.
Think of you're controlling, you have two systems, one to control and one to how much.
I know, but no.
Yeah, I know, Arsenio. I think it's all the hollow caves
I
underneath.
want it to be slower.
They cause it to try and draw a lot more surface area than it needs to be doing. Block count as well. One thing Raven suggested, not Raven, I'm sorry, Raven. Saber suggested shaving the bottom of the plate off, but it has a lot of low valleys and stuff, and I don't want to like cut into any of that, and we might utilize some of the caves in the track design. It'd be crazy, but I've even thought about having a part of the track that kind of goes into a tunnel and cuts out the bottom of the station in a glass tube in one or two places. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be.
We'll just have to see what happens as the build progresses. Like I said, I don't have a specific design. You know how I do things.
A mind?
Watching me build for a while. Yes, I have no mind.
I just had to clarify, you know, for the new people, so they kind of understand.
Absolutely. And I'm sure some of that will hopefully get fixed in the round of optimizations that's coming to Arsenio, and some of it will just be manually optimizing the build as we go. This is one reason Saber keeps trying to tell me that doing a dome is crazy, but dude, it's a planet segment. It doesn't have atmosphere. It needs a dome.
It needs a dome. Yeah.
It needs a dome.
Oh.
And obviously I may have to depart from that a little bit as we progress. And I try and give people direction, but, you know. Did you want me to put a docking tube on here for another ship, Arsenio, with the public block on it? Or if you make another character name and authenticate it to your account, I can also add that to faction. I don't know that there's a specific task at the moment. I gotta create the base on top of this Taurus to start the dome. Just haven't quite figured out
Aha!
how.
Shit. I don't know how to
So,
stop it.
Mihai, a power reactor is what creates your power regeneration per second, and a power capacitor is more like a battery. It creates your total power cap. That said, there is that geometric rule we were discussing earlier, I think, that does affect the efficiency of the reactors in regard to how you lay them out. Though the bigger your power curve gets, the more it tapers off and the less it matters. And with the power capacitors, I believe you want them all touching. I mean, they don't all have to touch, but I believe you get a better bonus if your total power capacitor setup's connected. That said, you can have one little row of power capacitors connecting two big blocks on opposite sides of your ship. And and I believe I've gotten a bonus for it. It's been a long time since I really paid attention to the power stats while I was building. But so for your total power cap, capacitor cap, bam. What's up, creative?
How do I stop it now? I have my signal button right next to my turning block, and it's just on loop constantly, and I have no way to stop it.
So Datalist was saying earlier that using an activation module instead of a button and linking an activation module to it would allow you to create a kill switch. I've created a kill switch by using a speed computer linked to it and having the single, like I told you earlier, if you place a rail speed controller and you link it to the rail, and then you link an activation module to the rail computer, that activation module, like the more activation modules linked to the computer tell the computer how fast to go, depending on how many are turned on. So if you only turn one on, when you turn it off, it stops because it's told not to go. You go 0 miles per hour basically. You get it.
Let's see. Let's try this.
I agree. I plan on there being a lot of docking tubes and stuff, Arcengio. It's just a matter of where the one is here. It's not connected through the wall or anything, because honestly, the wall might start tapering off sooner than that. I just wanted to build a docking tube to dock my ship at, and I wanted something that I could make a copy-paste save template with, and it's actually wired right now to when something's docked, the door opens.
Oh my gosh, no, that just makes it spinning
Which
faster.
is cool.
It's what? No.
Creative, it's the same. That thing that Boris was saying works, is that's how I do the rotation for my videos. It's on it rotates, but if you have the
I don't
speed
get what
thing,
he's saying though. That's my problem.
it's to do with how fast. Now you can change the speed. No, the video I linked you, controlling speed. If you have 4 of those activators and none of them are lit, your thing won't rotate. So when you have 1 lit, it rotates 1 speed. You have 2 lit, it rotates faster. 3 lit, faster again. So if you have your rotator connected to the speed regulator machine and then have an activation button, when you press that button on, it will rotate at the speed that it's meant to, and when you turn it off, it won't rotate at all because there's no throttle going to the rotation.
Now, creative, did you say it was going too fast for you when you did that?
No, I tried something else.
If you want to slow it down, you add more activation modules, but you only turn one on. Like, the more activation modules you add, it's like adding more notches to a dial when you're turning it up. More
What is
degrees
this
to the
speed thing called? Speed?
Speed controller, rail speed controller. I think it's a yellow screen. It's in there next to the rail stuff.
Alright, so I place that. Nope. I place that next to my rail that's rotating, right?
You place it anywhere. You just link it to the rail that's rotating.
Okay, so I place
It's one
it
block
next
that
to
you
the
can
rail,
place anywhere.
and I bind it to said rail. Fuck, what did I just press? Oh, I pressed X, not C, that's why. And then you said I need a activation module, and I need to bind that activation module to the computer.
Yes, but you got to bind the computer to the rail that you want it to control.
Okay, it's not doing anything. Get rid of this button.
Activation module, not a button.
I know. I had another button that put it on loop. Yeah, this computer thing ain't doing anything, Boris.
I'd have to come see what you're doing to figure it out, bro. To provide better explanation. Hey, thanks for the follow, Admir. And welcome to the stream. How'd you sneak in on us? The Overlord thanked you before welcoming you. I've never seen that happen. I guess depending on when you snuck in, you've already been hearing some of the discussion and seeing what's going on. This is going to be a massive skid race track one day, hopefully, maybe, inspired by the crazy antics of the guys over in Starside / on Shattered Skies / yeah. / fuck yeah.
Wait a minute.
Let's see, we also have a link for, hey, welcome. Toaster Overlord welcomes you. We also have a link for a multi-Twitch stream. Bam. And, yep, a post on StarMade Doc for a suggestion that we think would be badass if it's not too big a pain in the ass to be coded. So maybe you'd enjoy taking a look at those things. Saladin here in TeamSpeak with us is also working on a ship in StarMade, so that's what the multi-Twitch is.
Work.
First, I've just realised something.
Yes, sir.
The plate you've chose is very reminiscent of the Lokina you showed where you stay. How, you know, the pictures you shared earlier with the canyons and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
When you were looking over, I thought, if it was just a different colour, like sand as opposed to grass, it would be very an accurate.
I suppose a little bit. I definitely went for one that was a little scenic in regard to the contour of it, right? Or the geography, God, what do you call that? Topography. I think that's the fancy word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I imagine I'll do other tracks eventually, but, you know, I kind of wanted to start with a classic, like, lush green foresty landscape. And what I actually plan on doing is, and I guess anyone that's helping, I don't know if Raven's there, but he was asking me for ideas, or if Arsingio wandered off for food as well, but, I want to build a bunch of the ramps and the curves and things like that and do different varying degrees of curves and straightaways in different parts and save them as templates so that I can literally just load and paste and apply them to other tracks later as well. But obviously the layouts and designs will change over time and there'll be little parts I customize and stuff, but that'll help. Hey, and there's your sound effect and animation for the follow, Admir. I don't know why my sub alerts are being so slow today, but they're still doing the job.
Boys, can you come check this out when you get a chance?
Yeah, man. Okay, we're gonna leave this build for a moment to go help our friend Creative in Spawn. Let's just hope that there's no missiles from Arsingio still flying around out there.
I think there are lasers.
Oh, I gotta fix the gravity at the ship entrance. It keeps wiping me out, and then it does that, and I'm like in the middle of the ship. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Welcome to my bridge, Captain Scher.
Alright, so that will spin at 360 degrees. This guy won't do shit.
No worries, Admir. Hopefully we provide a decent show mixed in with our builds. Some of the insane builds, unfortunately, do have boring aspects, but they have to get done. Must wedge it all. I really want to start making random like wedge meme desktop backgrounds and posting them to the forums. To wedge or not to wedge? That is the question. Okay. Oh, I see ice crystals. That's where we're going.
Yep.
You know that iconic poster where it says "We want you" and it's a guy pointing his finger. Have it. You want, want to wedge you. Same guy, StarMade guy.
Absolutely. I mean, all the good stuff. I just, it's hard for me to put time into Photoshop if I'm not making Twitch overlay stuff or, playing games, but or editing photos.
Alright.
Where are you in your ship?
In the middle of it.
In the middle of it. A drop on the server. Yes. Yes, this is accurate. Okay.
I like that one. That was a good one, I sent you.
What is the end switch for?
That's just from the video that I was watching. Like the and switch does that.
Okay, so all the activation blocks on my right that are lit up are telling it how far to spin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want it to repeat, or you do want it to repeat?
I want it to repeat.
You do want it to repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Put a button on the bottom side of it.
On the bottom side of what?
On the rail.
The rotator that it's docked to. Just put a single button on the bottom of your little T here.
Okay.
Almost make it a plus sign, but it would be missing one more. Yeah.
Let's see, boop, like that.
Yep, okay, now, I think you link that... No, link the rail to the button. No, link the button to the rail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do.
That will create the infinite loop that I can't stop.
Yes. Is that what you just told me you wanted?
I want a way to stop the infinite loop if I need to.
Yes, that's what we're going to do next. Okay, now hit C on your rail speed computer.
My rail, uh-huh.
Now hit V on the rotator block that is above the button you just placed.
Uh-huh.
The rail speed computer is linked to the rotator block.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you still have the rail speed computer selected?
Mm-hmm.
Now hit V on the activation module that is attached to it, so as to link that activation module to the speed computer.
Okay.
Which you just did, which is why it stopped, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Now turn on the activation block.
Oh my gosh, look at... Oh my god!
That's too fast. Add more activation blocks that are... Yeah, you don't need all the activation blocks to rotate anymore if you want infinite loop. Like, you can literally get rid of all of them.
Wait, why that?
Because you have repeating.
That
It repeats, so you can get rid of all those. Like...
Okay. But
Why did it stop repeating? It should be repeating.
what?
Why is it not repeating?
We done broke it.
It was repeating a minute ago. Yeah, it
Now
should
it
turn
doesn't even make sense.
That's the first step in the right direction. Hit C on the button, and the button is linked to the rotator block.
Yep, it is.
Okay, click C on the rotator block and link it to the button.
Link it to the button.
Hey, Trip Jackson, welcome back to the stream, man.
Nope.
I'm so confused.
Right?
Get rid of the end and the button on this side. I don't know what that's doing. Because if you have the button on the bottom linked both ways, it should not only cause it to repeat, but also start it.
In theory.
In theory. You
Now
sure
it's
it's
only
linked both
rotating
ways?
once.
You sure it's linked both ways right now?
Yeah, it's linked both ways.
Like if you hit C on the road, kill the bot with fire?
I already did.
Nice. Okay. So when you hit C on the rail, it shows the button is purple, and when you hit C on the button, it shows the rail is purple.
Yes. Would you like to go into build mode on my ship and see it?
I think even if you put a public block on a build mode block on your ship, it still isn't going to let me build. It just doesn't
No,
expand
the
the
ship
permission
core.
that way.
You can just, I'll hop out of it and you can hop in the ship core.
Is it neutral?
Yeah, it's neutral.
Okay, where's your ship core? Right here? Alright, hang on.
Yeah.
Where can I get inside of this monstrosity?
There's like a doorway to the left and right of it that you have to like fly through. And it's hidden by the belt around the outside.
Hmm? Oh, that must have been mine.
I will find my way in. Hang on, let me get out of my ship.
I just gotta follow. I think I did.
You're down here? Yeah, you're down here.
I don't believe it was me. And yes, hello, Trip. Again, welcome back, man.
What's going on?
Coming up, I'm falling.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Alright. It's like I'm sitting here watching your stream instead of actually building mine. It's like,
Well, helping teach logic sometimes takes, you know.
Over here.
well, teaching him logic.
Hey, the more he gets, oh, I see. It's because it's a 351 doorway. All right.
Alright.
What the hell?
Too shove it. Ooh, yes, this is the fun part. Joy, joy, joy.
What?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
now you
fixed
just-
it.
What did you do?
I fixed it.
He doesn't know.
I unlinked the button from the rail, but the rail's still linked to the button, and then I pushed the button, and then it decided to work again.
Alright. Well, there we go.
Now you can turn it on and off with the speed controller.
Nice. And I
If you
can
add-
move. Can I move this to wherever I want it to be? Like if I want to move it right next to the ship core, I can.
the
Like
thing
if,
you just built.
no, the signal activation module that turns on and off the computer.
One, you can move the speed computer and the activation module that's attached to it anywhere as long as they're linked the same.
Alright,
Yeah.
and I
As long
just
as
have
they're
to
linked to the rail block next to it, it's fine. They don't have to touch it. They can be anywhere in the ship.
Yeah.
Alright.
The button that's blinking on and off, it has to be attached to the rail. It has to touch it. Because touching it is what causes it to pulse
Yeah.
Mhm.
at the end of each rotation.
Okay, now I just need to take this thing and flip it sideways.
Wouldn't it be easier just to rotate the block? The rotator block?
Oh, Ben, our friend
what's
Saladin
going
in TeamSpeak with us. Not Ben, I'm sorry. Ben, if you want to paste that forum post, though, that would kick us.
Huh? Who? What?
We're on a
I
multiple
missed.
stage with Saladin here in TeamSpeak with us. Trip, if you were wanting to get multiple StarMade streams on there. And I made a forum suggestion post that kind of a few people helped brainstorm out today during the stream, and I think a bunch of us want it to happen. So if you're interested in doing forum stuff, yeah, like Ben said, like the post or no toast for you. But you know, comment, add to it, expand it, whatever makes you happy if you're into it. A few of us think it's a great idea, and if it wouldn't be incredibly hard. How did I get that far? Or no, that must be Collier's ship. Okay. A few of us think it would be a great idea, and if it wouldn't be too insane for Schema to code in. We feel like it wouldn't be, but none of us really know. We haven't seen the StarMade code, but yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard. I mean, in theory, it shouldn't.
In theory.
I'm inclined to agree. Like I said, I just don't know.
Because there's a lot of code already there.
Yeah.
So, I
feel like it
mean,
would do those things.
yeah. I mean, that would be the whole thing, is if the coding would allow it.
Nice, Raven, nice. No, Arsenio was running off for food at some point, but he may still be there, lurking about.
No, I had my ramen, I'm good. Yeah, poor man life here.
Is the radio tower at the giant drill asteroid thing I saw being built the other night? I'm not sure what that was, but it looked cool.
It was cool looking. I don't know what it is, though.
I wish I had some donuts, man.
Oh, donuts.
Lag.
Yep, I just came back to the... Oh,
Ah.
crash. Did we crash? An emergency shutdown. Okay, guys, it'll be just a second.
I'm
The
going
server
to go get
decided to crap on itself. I have to reload it now.
Why'd you do that?
It is reloading. We'll be back online momentarily.
Why, oh why did you break the server?
For a second, I thought the color changing lights was already up to 21 replies, and that bench had written on it last, but that's the form suggestion prefixes. I got really excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
Getting a little over anxious there.
And that is a giant station and shipyard, by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of cheating on my build for right now. I'm doing it in kind of creative, so I can get all the stuff worked out of it.
That happens. I've mostly been creative about the last few days. We'll get up back on a survival server eventually, but right now our crew is just kind of enjoying building that thing.
I feel cheated. A jam donut didn't have much jam.
Oh, brutal.
Another one.
Don't you hate it when you miscount by one?
Oh yeah, I've tried to build several gigantic spheres that I never finished before built over Raven. And yes, miscounting by one, especially when doing that, was the devil.
Uh-huh.
Having little diagrams I was following in Paint that some script I downloaded made for me, and I was literally like checking each square off as I counted it. Diagram in Paint, because it was, I mean, the sphere was too big for me to keep track of the count, you know?
Yeah.
It was insane.
I have, I put a graph paper and I built it on graph paper. Because this ass end of this thing is, long story short, I'm building the innermost section of it. This is actually going to have 2 more layers on top of it. So I have to do all the detail to the inside layer in order for the outside layer to be built. If that makes any sense.
I think so.
It's like, why did I think of building this would be a great thing? It's like, as it is now, I think I'm up to roughly about 7 hours on this build.
Damn.
And I'm not even anywhere near thinking I'm like even quarter of the way done. And that's just on the outside, the looks of it. I haven't even started the logic area of it. The joys of big building.
Yeah.
And this is not even really a big building either.
Nice here.
Right now I'm at 16,000 blocks.
Oh, damn. That's not that many compared to things we've seen, though.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's not real big, but I haven't even got like a quarter of it done yet. Because there's going to be the inside and, lack of a better term, a shell on the outside. So there's going to be an inner ship and then an outer ship. So right now I'm building the inner ship, or the shell of the inner ship. I actually have a picture up on my
I'm back.
stream of kind of what I'm building down at the bottom left corner. Have you watched The Arrow?
My wife watched the first season or two. I think we need to start at like season 2. Some shows I just don't get into that much, and if she's really enjoying a show and I'm kind of feel so about it, then I see it as an opportunity to distract her with TV while I get in more computer time. As long as she's happy, I'm happy, right? So.
Happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely, that is the fucking truth.
And it works even better when you have a happy roommate, happy life.
My wife is my roommate. My wife and a really grumpy fat ass cat.
Oh.
I've nicknamed your cat Fat Cat.
Fat cat. Well, his adopted name, as we adopted a local humane society, was Clark, and then I refer to him as Clarkman.
Clark Kent?
To me, he's the cat version of Eric
Clarkman Kent.
Am I still sideways? Orient me to the planet, please. Please orient me to the planet. Or give me its gravity. There we are. The FPS drops are real.
Right?
I think it's more my computer that's angry about it than the server, though. Let's see. Yeah, if you want, Raven, I have, like a half hour longer until my wife gets home, so if you want in, you're welcome to get in.
Okay, now it's only rotating once and
Hit them with the TeamSpeak IP as well, or Singio. You can also join TeamSpeak from the Evil Tester website. You just click the TeamSpeak button, but people need perms to get past the lobby. But there's
does the
public
button
channels for
need
people
to be
use.
on the bottom?
Yes. Needs to be actually connected to it.
No, like on the bottom of it specifically.
Um,
Backside of the rail.
it can be on the side of it, but it works better on the bottom, I've found anyway. Actually,
The website.
Okay.
I just figured you'd want to jump in TeamSpeak with us too. That's all, Raven.
oh, Ribbon's too good for that. I am so gonna have to redo this.
What if I put another button down? And went like that. Aha!
I'll try and watch for you on TS, Raven, to hit you with permissions.
It wasn't working with one, but hang on. If I toggle that, that will stop that. If I turn it on, we'll turn once. One of them, then I'll keep going. Nice.
Alright, one sec, I'll get you up there. I'll butter your toast, boy! I don't know why that's so entertaining.
I don't know. Anytime you say it, it's still funny.
Raven, so have some bacon.
Can I kill it with water? Can
Sure.
I electrocute it?
Sure, run it. Whatever makes you happy. A little sadistic, but hey.
Can I put it in the electric chair?
The channel we're in's like a little towards the bottom of the server. Things are all spaced out.
User
And it's a
joined your
little
channel.
confusing at first, but
Hello.
with great
Hey,
purpose.
I
Hello.
kind of like half-assed rigged this so it's really quick. Like it turns really quick now.
Hey there.
But you say if I add more mass onto it, then it should turn slower, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Use speed controllers. One or the other.
Yeah, if you want to slow it down, link more activator blocks to your speed computer that you have as your kill switch on it. But just don't turn them on. Like I was trying to tell you earlier, each activation block you connect to the speed controller is almost like adding another notch to the dial, telling it how fast to go. But if you only have one turned on, it's like you're setting the max at like 12 if you have 12 blocks, but you have it on a speed of 1, right? But if the max is set to 1, and you have it set to a speed of 1, it's running at max speed instead of
Yeah.
slow.
Oh my gosh. No. No.
You know, you're so bad at understanding. Like, you are not in an auditory listener. Auditory learner.
Go
It's
watch
not
Lynch's
that.
videos.
I'm like
Seriously.
half.
He's been getting down on the bench videos all day. He'll ask us for an explanation, we'll explain it to him, and he'll be like, fuck this, and he'll mute us.
Yeah, and go to the videos.
That's kind of what I had to do, honestly, unless I have somebody directly, like, showing me. That's how I learn best.
Yeah, and
Somebody actually physically sits there and goes, alright, this is step 1, now this is step 2, etc.
Definitely tend to be the same way. It's, I guess, more of a kinetic, visual and kinetic learner.
So where am I supposed to go?
Let's see,
Aha.
I'm in...
Okay.
The toaster circuit is in sector 040.
Hello, random floating ship.
Not random. It's just me, motherfucker.
It's a random floating ship.
destroy it.
What was the number? 07?
040.
Okay.
As you can see, they're creative like ice crystals a lot.
Yeah, I prefer Barrett, because there's wedges.
Yep.
And it's
Of course,
still,
that-
Ice
it's a little
crystal
bit
has
more
wedges.
blue.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, but I just don't like, I mean, I like either Parstian or
That's awesome. That's awesome, Ben.
Barrett.
It was very quick and dirty. It's a very budget shopping tip.
Right. Hey, you were acting fast, trying to get it out there. I understand. I understand.
Okay.
Did you catch our form post, Raven? That was an idea that the stream spawned
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I saw it. Looks interesting.
It'd just be so handy. I don't know if it'd be too
Yeah.
difficult to code, but there's even been another suggestion as to how to execute it already in the comments I saw. So I don't really care how it's executed as long as I can make lights change colors with logic and linking.
Well, you can kind of do it already, but you need 2 sets of lights.
Right. Right. But that'd be the idea is
Bypassing 2 sets.
just using one light block, but being able to change its color.
1 light to control them all. I was waiting for that.
Okay. Apparently I have creative mode. Awesome. I'll get there.
Yeah, I hit you with that as soon as you got
Alright,
in. I figured
thanks,
it
man.
would help you navigate things, and if you go to work on this, it would also.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know.
And push button. Push. There we go.
Just jump ship, I guess.
Oh my gosh. That's great.
Make it spin really fast.
He did. He probably did.
I didn't make it spin faster than it normally was. I just built like 2 sides of like a rim around my ship, but it didn't slow down at all, and now those 2 rims are like spinning quickly around my ship.
Oh god.
You trying to be a Saturn or something?
So fucking dizzy. That's how I destroy my enemies, is by making them dizzy, so they have to close their eyes, and then that's when I take advantage of it and blow them up.
That's what I told Arsenio earlier when he said he was going to go to spawn and test his weapon systems on you. I said that he'd be blinded by ice crystal, which gave you a superior tactical advantage. Or the spinning rings you're building around your ship made of ice crystals?
No, it's white hole.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to be replacing it. All white crystal, blue. Ice crystal, god damn it.
You know what? You put a couple black lights in there just to make it so it's off.
If I put black lights in there, there would be too many handrails.
Is somebody's here? That must be Raven.
Yep. I'm just flying around getting everything loaded. Thankfully, I've got a pretty strong computer, so this doesn't take too long.
That's good. I need a new computer, so it gets rough sometimes.
I built this 2 years ago, I want to say, and I built it to last, so I got lucky. Because, I mean, it was the one time in my life I've had to pay money. So I was like, fuck it, I'm getting a new computer. I'm going to make it good.
Right.
It's like, might as well. Got the money, spend it.
I think mine has topped 5 or 6 years now, so it's tough. I went to upgrade it, and it was really brutal. I didn't realize, but apparently, right after I bought my processor, AMD announced that they were dropping the AM3 socket and making AM3 Plus. So the processor I got, which there was no press release when I bought it to warn me, because I did my research, but it's the top tier of the socket type. So I have to, whole new motherboard to me means I might as well just build a system from the ground up.
Yeah. I got a pretty decent one. It's only about... It's down to like 2,500 now.
Damn.
Cost. It was 4,000 when I built it.
Damn. That's intense.
Yeah, it's
when
pretty solid.
When I build a new system, I'll probably clock in at around $1,000 on the budget. It'll still be far superior to my current one.
Yeah, well, Alright, so as far as I can tell, you're doing a giant spinny ring.
Yeah, so I am
That's
going
the
to
technical term.
I mean, I would have used a tourist guide if the build over would go this big. The thought was, most big stadiums or racetracks have a full walkway that you can walk the outer rim. And so I am going to do the inside edge. I just haven't gotten there yet. And there will be supports. It won't be solid glass that you can see through all the way around.
Right.
I figured I would have supports that connect to the lower wall and connect up and maybe even go across the whole of the dome. I just am kind of figuring out the layout as I go.
Yeah, that's usually a good way to do it, actually.
Yeah, it's what's always worked for me.
Forrest, how do I rotate the build helper? Because I'm
It's
trying like
in
this
the
X
initial
rotation
options.
and the Y rotation, and it's not like changing it at all. It's just placing it vertically, and I want it to place horizontally.
You gotta turn it. You gotta turn it 90 then.
On the first option.
Circle, crave.
Circle 25 radius.
And then just change it by 90.
Yeah, change the X
That-
rotation.
On the very first option.
Under radius X ROT, set that to 90, and that'll make it horizontal.
Alright, let's see if we can do this.
Alright, there we go. Probably want it larger than that.
Well, I finally got the rear end of this thing finished. Now I've got to figure out how I'm building the second shell of this thing.
Goodness. Oh, I know that, I don't know what you want to do to help. Like I said, Saber had advised chopping off the bottom of the plate, but there's some really low canyons that almost touch the bottom of the plate, and I figure we might make use of those canyons and
Yeah,
caves
do it after
eventually.
you've done the track.
Yeah, so I'm hesitant to chop anything off, but I was thinking about, I don't know if it would help optimize the draw time in the meantime, but like I mentioned earlier, I was thinking about just filling some parts of the cave with like shield blocks or something.
Yeah,
where
that will help.
there's not
Wait, how
that will
large
help.
is your fucking planet?
The
You said
current
it's
length,
800, right?
dock that my ship's docked to is at 931 meters.
Yeah, and the max radius is 5,000, I thought.
The circle built helper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ellipsoid and torus helper have a max radius of 256.
Okay.
I actually asked Skimma about that, I think in Raven's chat a couple nights ago, and Skimma said that it basically... I don't remember the technical terms he used, but he basically said that the more you expand it, the more complicated its processing becomes, and it gets very not good for the system. So, I mean, I very much simplified what Skimma said, but that was the gist of how I took it.
I have a quick question, sorry to interrupt your stream. See, for this video that I'm doing, Raven, what's the EFSF stand for? Just the audio.
Sure, Earth Federation Space Forces.
Thank you.
Straight
Sorry.
rip from Gundam. Not even gonna lie. I like Gundam, so guess what, motherfuckers? It's Earth Federation Space Forces for me or nothing.
And Ben, no worries, man. You're not interrupting. You're in
Yeah.
the channel. It's about StarMade.
Yep.
You're good, dude. You know, it's not like you tried to talk over somebody, so you're fine, bro.
Yeah, that little strata. It's fast, obviously. Its acceleration. I've done one that's acceleration is faster, but I think that's the one with the pull modules and the push modules. So the push will get you up to stock server speed really quickly, but then to go over that, you can't hold down the push because it'll just keep resetting you to stock server speed, which is kind of annoying because overdrive, yeah, it doesn't work like that. But then the fun part is that if you need to corner, you can use the pull module to drag your speed way down, way fast. Just gives it more maneuverability.
I was having a quick fly of it before I started doing the turntable footage, and I saw a wee shotty racing around. I didn't know what the push and pull was for until I pressed it and I went, alright, does that. Awesome. I like it. I like it. You got like the scanner so you can make sure there's no bad guys about. Because I've got a protected server, so it's dodging fire at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Battle, welcome back to the stream, brother.
The idea for it was basically...
What's up, Battle?
I just wanted to make, like, Saber, Dal, and I each made a racer. Saber's is faster in a straight line as a drag racer, but mine's more maneuverable. And Dal's is pretty good all around. I just think I got lucky and did it better. His is better if you have to go up and down, because his is a horizontal. So...
So with all turrets, Mihai, you use it's the red block in the Rails menu. It's a turret rotation block, but it's a specific block you use which allows the AI to rotate the turret. And I use it on both axes, since it's two entities docked together that are docked to the station.
Oh my gosh, this is making me sick.
Never build on something that's actually spinning.
No
It'll make
shit.
you cry.
Yeah, you got to turn it off.
You can make it so that you can turn it back into a regular rail or whatever for a while, and it'll work just fine. Build on it, and then you're good.
You have a nice idea for a mind bomb. Lay it on us, Battle. I want to hear it.
Oh, I've got ideas for mines. I'm interested to hear what he has to say, but I'll tell you the ones that I've tested. As soon as he says whatever he's got.
Sure, you'll probably be a great advice for him on that.
Yeah, that's what I do. I come up with interesting ways to screw with people's day. That's the fun part of it, you know?
Put creative in there.
Any axis you want the AI to have control over the motion on, Mihai, you want to use the rail turret axis, yes sir. Not a normal rotator block. If you want to control the movement manually, now you can also use logic to change the rail though, you know what I mean? So if you want to tell it to rotate, you could have that built into a logic circuit and then flip it back to AI control afterwards, I suppose. And welcome to the stream team.
Kind of a great name.
We're working on a giant plate
Oh.
station that will hopefully become a badass skid racing track. There there's a multi-Twitch link for our new homie Saladin, who's in TeamSpeak with us and working on a ship, I believe.
Yeah.
We are discussing weaponized mines with Battle in chat here.
I remember when you could build a stealth ship, a stealth mine layer.
Oh, somebody killed the bot.
Man, I'm so used to having mod powers, it just went over there to click on the ban button. My cursor got exactly where it needed to be, and I'm like, oh right, I can't do that.
When Crave's here, his favorite thing to do is ban things. He gets sad when somebody beats him to it. It's kind of funny.
Aww. Poor thing.
Does it make you feel like less of a man when you don't get there fast enough? Okay, my take on the mines thing, two ways for weaponized. Obviously there's something called Bobby Bombs, which is a little different.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, that's actually building a bomb in the game, but we're not gonna, if we're just going with straight up weapons, I tend to enjoy doing one of two things. In the old game, I made these ring turrets. They're big circles, basically, that had guns on the outside layer, and then, you know, everything was put together. But it didn't have any thrusters, so that it was static. But it could move in any direction, so that it was omnidirectional. Obviously, that's what that word means.
I was not gonna say a word.
But like, yeah, you can tell I totally, you know, do this whole YouTube and Twitch thing all the time because I'm so very well versed.
Words just are perfect for you.
Exactly. And anybody can tell that I'm a writer because, you know, words
Mm-hmm.
much better with them written on the page than I do speaking them. But regardless, the idea being that you would have like a some sort of deployment method, however you wanted to do it, and you just launch them out, they'd sit there, and all of a sudden you've got, you know, very, very, very strong. Yes, you use Bobby AI, but you don't give them any thrusters, so they can't fly around.
No. The Bobby AI is only for maneuvering for, or not maneuvering, I shouldn't say that word, rotation. Not for moving, but only for rotation.
If you put it on a ship, it'll fly it just like the pirates. But I purposely get rid of all the thrusters on these and make sure that their mass is high enough that they can't fly, because I'm not building a ship to go and kill stuff. I'm building a turret, a stationary turret that can be moved, but does not inherently move or chase targets. It's more of an area denial or defense weapon as opposed to an assault weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other way to do it is to do area triggers with damage pulses. Can be kind of fun, but I don't like them because on our server we have 12-kilometer sectors, and you know we've got a multiplayer server or whatever, and you need a very large mine to get that to work.
Very.
The other thing you can do, or you could do, is I've made a stealth bomber before with Bobby bombs that stealths to its target and then drops them. It's kind of a dick move to the enemy, but it was hilarious.
Yes. Those are really awful.
Bobby bombs can be very, very strong. Warheads do really, really well in the game.
If used right. Yeah. Don't they have it set now that you can actually use a trigger? You can trigger them?
Yes, you can trigger them, but like you need to trigger them at exactly the right time. It's kind of a tricky prospect. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. I just prefer the kinetic strike idea. Maybe that's just me, right? I mean, there's no reason that doing it any other way is invalid.
Yeah.
It's just that's how I prefer to do it.
It's just like different people, different sides of building.
Ridiculous.
I've been called insane like 3 times today and said thank you every time.
Yeah, I kind of want to build an embassy on it eventually.
I mean, if we can work the track out and
Yeah,
have
I'm
room
not.
for some buildings in the middle, like offices and embassies.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. We'll do
Oh
a
yeah,
Starside
no,
embassy in there.
I can already see plenty there. The problem ends up being, at least the way that I look at it, I'm not good at track building. I'm good once the track's been laid out, but like,
Sure.
you know, because I can do the resurfacing and I'm pretty good at doing detailing and stuff like that. That's what I do. But actually, I don't have much experience with planet terrain. You know, so.
I gotcha. What I really want to do is, as the station and dome come together, I want to kind of go above or under this, somewhere in the sector, and start building copy-paste templates for different grades of turns, maybe 3 lengths of ramp, a couple different straightaways, and obviously I'm going to have to customize some things, put some bridges, you know, change things up as I go, but I think that's going to make figuring the track layout out as well. And I mean, going in, I think I've seen Saber has Lightbox kind of guiding the way he wants it to go.
He does a combination of 2 things for guidance. One is essentially a giant arrow. He puts big arrows around so that people are like, oh, that away. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I've seen
good.
that. I've seen that.
Yep.
That's
And then he also uses checkpoints, which are low gates that you have to drive through so that you can't just skip large portions of track.
That would make sense as well, yeah.
Yeah. And on this would be one hell of a track, though, because, I mean, it looks like the laps would actually take a while. Also,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, there's a pirate station here, and it's firing.
What? In the sector?
Yeah, it's about 10 kilometers away, I want to say.
When did that happen?
Or no, it's almost 100 kilometers away. I would get rid of it, but I don't have admin on this server. I already tried once. and
I
messed
got
up.
you. Hang on. I didn't know
I
that
just
was
see
there.
I just see bullets flying by periodically, and I figure, yeah, it's probably a good idea to just, you know,
Mention it.
set an alert. Yeah, you never know. Might be a good one.
There you go. You have admin. You want to scoot over there and take care of that for me. That would probably also help the sector leg if a pirate station is actually loaded out there somewhere.
It's gone. Destroy entity dock. The greatest command ever. And it's why, as an admin, I can beat any ship, period, in a core.
Dude, I'm guessing that's Pirate Station Gamma, which is
I
far
will.
away?
It was. It didn't say which one it was. Yeah, no, it's gone now. It'll be off the map. But yeah, it was about 100 kilometers away, but it was still firing. Because weapon ranges and AI ranges are based on your sector size. So
Oh, yeah, I noticed
AI
that.
AI can notice anything within the same sector or one sector over.
It must have been the
and if
next.
it's loaded, it can shoot at you. It wasn't hitting you. I mean, the AI accuracy on the server isn't good enough to do that.
Right.
I don't think there's any AI accuracy that's good enough to do that.
We were
But,
also we're on the very edge of a system, so that's why I hadn't noticed
Yeah.
it. Is it was probably the next system over.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. Mind if I, hold on. What am I doing here?
You gonna put yourself in the faction, or you want me to send you?
No. Hold on, let me relog real quick.
That works.
Oh, I hate making diagonals.
Yeah, this is right. The heavy load messages constantly. It's really not. It's an old Linux laptop from God, my junior year of college or something.
1997.
No, it's not that old. That
I had
laptop
one
died
from
long
back
ago.
when I was in the, I remember I had one that I kept up until I got into the military, which was the one I got, you know, as a senior in high school. It wasn't very good, but, you know, I had it. And then,
Right.
when I went into the military, I went through 3 laptops in 3 years.
Oh damn.
They were subjected to a bit of, like, just, I'm moving all the time, and, yeah, just traveling, and
No
everything.
doubt, dude.
Shit just sort of got in the way, and everything kind of broke. But I have my latest one, right, that I got right before I got out. It's an Alienware. I don't know. It's not that great, but it was something, you know. I found it at the PX for relatively cheap, and I said, screw it, I want a laptop, because my last one died. The problem is that, because I have my desktop or whatever, I don't really need a laptop most of the time unless I'm traveling, which I'm doing more of these days. The problem ends up being that I loaned said laptop out to my 12-year-old nephew.
Uh-oh.
It came back, and it barely runs at all. I know that there's a virus on it, and I cannot dig it out. Because the virus activates, like, the second that I get it. The kid just sheepishly handed it to me and then ran off, so I know he knew what he did. But it's like, now it's like, okay, now how the fuck do I fix this?
Right.
So.
Any ideas on how to do diagonals?
I think Raven actually has a whole video about how to do diagonals.
45s? 45s? Yeah.
I've not mastered it yet.
It's so easy.
Well, I can do 45, but it's not an actual, it's in between 45 and it's like 31 degrees. It's just...
You just sort of have to walk it through and hope.
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of at, and it's like...
You can't get a perfect clean line, but you can do steps. It's just like doing the outside of a circle, like what Toast is doing.
Yeah.
It's so funny that since I started streaming heavily, I'm getting used to getting called Toast as well. Toast, Toaster, and...
Yep. You are Toast.
Yep.
Sort of like you are bread. Mind if I load something in here? I wouldn't mind you giving any notes that you can think of, because it's something I need to work on.
Sure.
It's not
As
too
long as you
big.
don't think loading it next to this is going to put too much strain on this, we should be okay.
You'll probably have seen it before. But there have been some additions. See? No problems.
Awesome. Oh yeah, I recognize this guy.
Mm-hmm. I just don't know what to do with it anymore. Like, I need to start working on the interior soon. But any notes from people would be nice, because I want to finalize the exterior minus detailing soon.
Any chance you can head into it and level it out with C?
It is level with C, mate.
Then why is the planet segment not?
Because your planet segment is at a 90-degree angle.
Is it a side segment originally?
Yes.
Well then.
Well, remember, you just got blown to smithereens when it came over here, so...
If you save it, if you save the whole thing and then reload it, it will be on C. Just so you know.
But I did a sticker import. You mean save it as a stationary?
Yes.
Which would cause me to lose the localized gravity plate.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Now, when we get new gravity systems, I may be able to do that. When the new gravity systems are introduced, whatever they may be, I'm not trying to speculate. I just know that there's changes coming. But that could change. You know, that could change things. Alright, I'm gonna have to.
Ben, I'm adding that. I'm adding that. I don't care. That's gonna be a channel
like
command
it.
now.
Oh, did you make another one? Let me
Oh
see it.
god, it's good.
After what Raven said, I thought it was worthy of quote of the day.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm adding that one to my bot right now.
Nice. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Dork has a good idea.
Like, just in general, like, I don't even have to be streaming. I just say shit like that all the time.
Super Dork 42 does have a good point. Malware bites if you put it on a flash drive.
Yeah, the problem
It's
is
hidden.
I don't have a flash drive right now.
Oh,
So the problem is... Alright, so
Do not have a flash.
I know, that's like, oh my, oh.
Dude, they're fucking tiny, and I used to have like 6 or 7. After moving as many times as I have in the last few years, they're gone.
No!
Fair enough.
I just moved, and my computer door next to me has 3 flash drives in it, but I lost my fucking birth certificate and can't get a new driver's license.
But I still got the birth certificate, so we're good there.
That's
but-
good. That's good.
I mean, there needs to be a middle ground here, man.
yeah.
Ouch, that's just, wow.
That gave everyone a good laugh.
And
Well-
just like contact your hometown and be like, can you send me a new one?
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. It's just
Sweet.
gonna,
Well, I've got my arrow, my diagonal working.
Flash drive for you as well.
This is going to be interesting. Well, I got the diagonals.
So what's the plan for the rotating bit, Raven?
Which one?
Or is,
Oh,
it,
the
is it
big
just intended to be as
disc.
it is?
The disc is going to be kind of as it is. Inside of it will be a library and conference room.
Oh, okay. That's what I was curious about, really.
Yeah. I figure, I mean, that's kind
That's
of
very
the
white.
thing to do. The other thing I'm going to do is right in the center of that, there'll be an elevator that goes down into the main hull of the ship. Because if it's spinning, I can manage an elevator in there. Just barely.
Sure.
It can be done. But yeah, obviously there's a lot. This is a very convoluted build, for lack of a better way to put it.
I have a feeling
also-
that's kind of how all my builds go, so...
Also,
It's seen that, just not up close.
yeah, I mean, like, usually when I ask for any advice or pointers, I like to actually bring the build by.
Sure.
Because it's one thing to see it on stream. I'm showing you what I want to show you, but that doesn't tell you, that doesn't let you dig into it and actually assess it for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and that's why I wanted to come by here too, because like this lets me look at everything at the pace that I feel I need to look at it and figure out stuff about it.
Sure. Well, and I might look at it at different angles or
Yep.
details on my stream than you would, and
Exactly.
that also gives, one, the people that watch you a new perspective, but we might get comments from the people that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's mostly the same people, but still.
Yeah. I'm planning to do the bottom part of the ship, sort of like I did or sort of like how the top splits open. I want to do a hangar door, sort of like that.
That could be cool.
Yeah. Problem, of course, is that painful. But I mean, that's not that big of a deal. It can get done. Problem I'm trying to figure out is there's something that feels missing about this ship, and I don't know what it is.
Spare ship?
It'll have
A shuttle?
Pigs?
I
Did you
mean,
say pigs?
No, I said dicks.
It doesn't have enough ice.
People in my stream will say it doesn't have logic stripper pull, but that will happen eventually.
It doesn't have enough ice crystals.
The ice crystals. Go take a look at the ice engines. Ice crystals out of the water.
It doesn't have enough ice crystals.
I can load up some of my old ships. Trust me, I was using ice crystals before you knew about the game.
Cool.
I think my first arrow ship was 9/10 of it was ice crystals, and then we didn't have actual corners. You had to use kind of a trickery to get the glass to work with it. You ended up using doors as glass, so you can close them afterwards.
Spaced out circuits do a good job of distributing light across that ice too. I haven't seen someone doing that yet.
Oh yeah, it works really well. You have to do it in exactly the right pattern to get the right effect, but it works really well.
Sure.
It's not hard. You usually want to have it one block of air between the ice and your circuits,
Mm-hmm.
and then it looks really nice.
But there's something that we've been talking about for a long time, by the way, that I'm not sure if it's actually possible because it's so insane now that we have Rails, but it could be one hell of like a podcast build, like marathon build or something.
Okay.
But,
What's that?
So, first off, I guess I'll kind of start at the end of it. For years we had talked about, and we figured the easiest way to do it might be to load in a wireframe, but maybe we do it by hand. But building the MegaMade from Spaceballs with the giant vacuum cleaner as a salvage array that would eat.
Do you know how many
plants.
times that's requested for me to build
No
on
doubt.
my viewer request streams? I'm sitting there going, no.
That's why we haven't tried it ourselves, man. It's too insane. Well, now that we have Rails, you can theoretically make a transform out of the big Spaceball ship, but oh my god.
Yeah,
Make it work. Large.
huge. You would probably have to build it larger than the planet section that he's building on right now.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
Dude, it
like,
would
that's
be-
not hard. You can do a couple kilometer ship, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've done quick builds.
I feel like it
primarily.
would be at least 10 kilometers long. Like it would be gigantic.
If you were
Yeah.
trying to replicate the intro of Spaceballs, where it just goes on forever slowly over your
Yeah.
head. Now that
Yeah.
could be a hilarious YouTube video, though. for the
Yeah,
record.
no, that could be done way better than fucking Mega Made.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, no, that's requested like every day, almost. If I do a viewer, I'll do viewer request streams from time to time, and that's like everybody's like, build Megabit Made, and I'm like, I don't build that fast. I can't do that in an hour, you know? Like I
Right,
can't
no,
do that
that's
in
a-
one stream.
that's a long-term project, probably with multiple people helping. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Build the Millennium Falcon in 1-to-1 detail.
1-to-1? Do you know how small the Millennium Falcon is?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's
that's...
tiny. Okay. Does anybody here know what Cowboy Bebop is?
oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's a great
I'm not
anime
one person.
creative. Given your love of anime, it's really high time to check it out.
It is. It's an older one, but it is one of the most beautiful. It's really nice. It's a really nice series, but
And the movie's great as well, honestly. I found the movie to be visually stunning. It was one I always wanted to see. It was one I would have loved to have seen in live action if someone had stayed completely true to the anime and done it like frame by frame replica of. You know what I mean? But
yeah. Hold on, I need to relog again.
no worries. The server is not.
No, it's not because of that. Not even remotely close to because of
So
that.
Boris, if I have a ring
Because I'm
around
an
my
idiot.
ship that's filled, that has like a Bobby AI module on it, right? And I fill it with missiles, will the turret like automatically fire at stuff, even though it can't like turn to fire? If it had like heat-seeking missiles or something?
I have not
Yes.
tried.
So the way that, sorry, I can answer this because I've done these tests.
Please go ahead. I have not tested it. I've
If
only
you
used.
if you put anything just on a rail, if it's docked and has an AI module, and you activate the AI module, it will attempt to fire at anything within its field of view.
What about a fixed weapon system that's not docked but is hooked to a Bobby AI module?
That won't work necessarily.
Just curious. I've
You
been
would have
curious
to dock
and
it.
tried
Yeah,
No.
you'd have to dock it and make it an individual thing because if you're flying the ship, okay, if you let the AI take over the ship, it'll do whatever it wants to do, just like a pirate,
Right.
against whatever is against whatever faction it's in.
Sure.
However, if you're in the ship, you need it to be on a turret or something like that, or you could do it with just logic, which would work.
Another idea we had the other day, I think Chanel really wanted to try it. He's also very wrapped up in his build, but we had talked about building turrets with, now I know Bobby AI won't run salvage cannons, but what if I have turrets with a bunch of salvage modules in them that are controlled through wireless logic, okay? And the Bobby AI is set to selected target. Could I
Yes.
then be like flying around an asteroid, select the asteroid, turn the logic on manually, turn the salvage on manually, and the Bobby AI would aim at the selected target? Does aim at my
Yes.
salvage streams?
Mhm.
Because that'd be really sick.
It should.
Should. Theory, yes.
Boris,
Okay.
let's build it right
Theory,
now.
yes. Practice, no idea.
Let's build
Yeah.
it right now. I don't want to build it right now, but
That being said, I have the ship. So here's a little bit of Cowboy Bebop action for you. This is, the original ship is 19 meters. This is a lot more than 19 meters.
Sure.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up.
I think I may have seen that the other day. Not close and personal.
Yeah. Cockpit opens mostly the way that it's supposed to. But, yeah, so the idea is Cowboy Bebop. You can do this sort of thing, but, the original ship is 19 meters long. This is 103.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
to get proper detail, you need to go a lot bigger.
And that's why my one that I'm working on right now, my length is 135, my height is 29.
Badass cockpit.
And I mean, that's why this needs to be a lot bigger to actually get the detail.
To 1 million detail.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the one thing I like about this is when you're actually in the cockpit, I feel like I'm actually in the cockpit of the Swordfish a little bit. Like, it feels kind of right.
I can see that. It's pretty good.
It's also got its proper cannons, if I can get them. Got its proper cannons, and then if you watch the ball turret underneath, it does the whole lowering thing, and then it actually is free to fire.
Oh,
But normally it's actually, like, if you watch the joint underneath, right? Like where the little pylon is to hold it in,
Right.
it'll actually go up, and that locks it into place so it can't turn.
that makes sense. That's cool.
It's also a it actually has no power on it. It's just a lot of batteries, so it
Right.
takes forever to charge up, a bit like the actual cannon.
That's cool, though.
So
Yeah.
if I save a ship with another ship docked to it and load
That
it
other one
again.
will stay there, yeah.
Mhm.
Docked entities are part of your saved blueprint.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And
If
what's up,
you
CW?
save-
Welcome.
Yeah, but if you save, if you're in the docked entity and you save it, it won't save the whole thing. It'll only save the docked entity
Yeah.
and whatever's docked to it.
Which is, both are very convenient, so.
Yeah.
And are you still
Means you
streaming,
can-
Saladin?
Yeah, I'm actually still streaming.
Just making sure. I just figured I would, share the, multi-twitch there. And Ben, if you're still around, if you want to hit the guys with that forum post again.
Sure thing.
We came up with a cool idea today that a few of us really want, and there's probably a few different ways to execute it, though Lord knows if it's anything that Schema could code. Well, I'm sure Schema could code it. Lord knows how much effort it would take it if Schema would code it.
Alright. Theoretically, it wouldn't be too difficult because it'd be like weapon color linking.
That's what we thought, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would depend on what the block looked like, I think, and some other things. But technically, it shouldn't be too difficult.
We'll just have to see. I imagine if it keeps getting enough bumps, it'll at least get council review, and then we'll see what happens, right?
Yep.
The other thing I'd really like to see, which I need to find my old forum post for and bump eventually, is faction permission module linking, like so that to make something public, you don't have to have the block touching it. Because I often like to hide my mechanics. In an example, when I create a dock, I like just the rail docker showing. But if I want that dock to open doors or turn on lights, it has to have the activation module behind it, which means the only possibility to also make it public is a faction permission module on the side. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and when I made that post, a lot of people seemed
God damn it.
to be receptive to it, but it just got buried really fast, you know. So I need to go.
There's a lot going on, yeah.
Oh yeah.
When
But it
you
would just
type
be
a Twitch
convenient,
emoticon as someone that doesn't know what Twitch emoticons are, and they're like, what?
You just said cap it to somebody on like Facebook chat, didn't you?
No, I said failfish.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
it's still funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what you should do with this ship, Raven. I would say maybe starting on some interior work just to distract you a little bit from the exterior before you go back to it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time
Yeah,
to
that
start
might
on some
be
of
a
that
good idea.
interior stuff.
Can I ask a quick question?
I know,
Question,
that's
see-
exactly how I feel about
See
What's
the
that?
conference room that you're going to do, is that going
Yeah.
to be the one you showed where it's in the ceiling and it drops down?
No,
and spins?
it's not big
No.
enough for that.
Oh, that is such an awesome conference room design.
Yeah, it was just sort of a random thing that I was like, I'm gonna do this now.
Maybe
Just gonna
starting
have
these
Med
openings
bay.
that look like they would be intake vents at some point, doing something with those.
Yeah, I just started actually while I was here. I just started working on a little bit of that. Yeah, there's a lot of shit here. It's like what I need right now from
Well,
Schema,
he's
and
on the word shit.
it was pretty funny. Because Schema's like, you should. He was talking about the UFO that I
Right.
made the other night, and I did like a light strip through the center of it. He's like, you should do it with ice, and I'm like, sure. The second you give me ice wedges, I will. And he's just like, oh, noted. So as soon as I have those, like, my intakes will look a lot better, but I don't have ice wedges, so I can't do a lot.
That
like,
makes sense. Yeah.
Dal and I have been bitching about it for forever now.
Right.
We just
no,
we want
ice
them.
wedges would be.
We want them
be
so
great.
bad.
Yeah.
Dal has offered to dance on a stripper pole for Schema exclusively for at least 6 hours at a time every day for those. So.
Oh wow, that's quite a commitment.
Yeah, I know, right? I was impressed. I said, man, you might not have to go that far. He's like, no, it's gonna happen regardless of whether he wants it or not. So, I mean, it's dedication. I'll give him that. Not sure it's a good idea, but.
Oh, I've had a random thought that maybe you have tested or know the answer to. I've done no testing at all on this, so I'm kind of shooting from the hip. But can you have 2 rail dockers on a ship with separate beams, so you can use either or?
You
And
couldn't.
then,
Well,
if
wait.
that's the case, could I make a rail docker that extends out on rails that I then obviously would have to switch into that core, but could dock my whole ship with it? Does that make sense?
Yes. For the second one, yes, you can. And
Yeah.
I actually prefer to do it the other way around. You mind if I'll put together a little demo
Yeah,
to
sure.
sort of explain? Oh,
It's
God.
just something I'd been contemplating and hadn't gotten around to testing with. But obviously, it could be really handy in a lot of different builds. You know.
Yeah, so the way that you're talking about doing it is making it so you have to switch into a ship. Let me grab rails real quick. And
I mean, can I make the rail docker shoot out with logic?
I don't actually know. We can try it.
Because that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would. Well, let's do a test of that real quick, I guess.
I don't think we can make a rail dock beam shoot out with logic, but yeah, my god, that would be cool.
I think you can, actually.
No, it rotates it.
I mean, if we
This
could
is
do that, then we
interesting.
definitely wouldn't have to switch in a core. But
Yeah,
Use...
watch this. I'm right next to a core right now. What it does is it changes the direction.
that's weird. That's
No.
that's unexpected.
Use, oh shoot. Brain just freaking died on me. What is it? Hey, now. What
You
is it?
just you didn't move fast enough, and like continue your sentence fast enough. So
I know.
I had to.
I know.
It's a compulsion. it's not my fault. It's taking over my life. I hate to insult.
Triggers. Alright. My brain just...
Let's imagine for a moment, right?
Let's not, because my brain doesn't have that much capacity to imagine.
Okay. Well.
But brain.
Destruction. Okay. Alright, here's my preferred way of doing it.
No.
Screw you.
Ship remote.
Ship remote wouldn't do it.
You sure?
Pretty sure. Because the problem with ship remotes is that then you can click or whatever. That can get the signal or whatever, but that's not the inherent problem. The inherent problem is that you cannot set off a docker with logic. You can set off a rail you can undock the rail with logic, but
You can't bibbity bop it.
that's
Yeah, I was trying to hack it in if you use an inner ship remote with a wireless logic and then wireless remote, blah blah. Link it in that way,
yeah,
but
you can do that. The problem being
it won't activate it. Yeah.
with the inherent flaw of, well, that would work great if if X were actually initially true.
It's like, you know how
Okay.
Dahl has those little docker arms that stick off on a lot of his ships? Yep.
Yeah.
Even
So here's
Come out.
my personal way of doing it, which is just a retractable arm. So then this could go up, make it a lot easier to attach.
For the dock itself, though, as opposed to
For the dock, yeah.
point on the ship, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can just draw it back in like this.
Right.
I wish I still had the shuttle idea I had. It was a vertical shuttle that could actually be drawn, that attached to something sort of like this, and it was actually drawn into the hull of this ship, which was a really cool idea, and I wish I still had the piece, but I lost it.
Sure.
I don't know what it was called, and I have over 700 blueprints currently on in my folders. So
I understand that, yeah. I don't have that many, but I have to clean mine out pretty regularly.
I cleaned mine out 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
And yeah, since then I've added another 200 blueprints, but that meant that my cleaned out version is still 500 useful
Right.
blueprints that I use on a relatively regular basis. So
Relatively regular.
I have problems. I think
You do not. Stop lying. You don't have problems. What are you talking about?
Ever since my wife left me, I haven't had any blueprints because she took them all.
That's actually, ironically, really funny for me because I am divorced. So it's like, yeah, that could happen.
Oh, jeez.
For the ownership of my StarMade blueprints.
Awesome.
That would actually be pretty fucking great.
The judge would probably look at you like, what are you talking about?
What is StarMade?
Why does this matter?
It matters to me. Oh, jeez.
You want. You can have the house. You can have the car. You can keep the blueprints.
Oh.
It'd be kind of great. I can't lie. Like if that were ever a lawsuit, that would be hilarious. Also, I figured out why or what logic does when it switches the directions
Yeah.
of these blocks. It rotates to the front usually. I don't know why this would be useful, but it's a thing.
Are you still watching the stream?
I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing the way it's happening.
I don't know.
Are you still watching the stream? Or my stream, I should say.
I had multi-twitch up, but then it started lagging. So I jumped down, but I'll grab it. Why would I want to see your crappy stuff?
Uh-huh.
Planet plane in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I gotta say, your ship here does look pretty cool above this planet plate, like vertically like this.
Yeah, it does.
I've got one that looks better.
Oh god, he's gonna bring in like one of the ones that crashes everything. Mini.
How do I speed up the rotation if I wanted to speed it up?
Just activate your modules if you have, or
Later, Joe. And yeah, like I said, Battle, that it would be great publicity.
Oh, I
for
just
the game
add
if something
more.
like that happened.
I just add more onto the computer and activate them.
yep.
Just be like, what's this start?
It only goes up to a certain point though.
Of course.
At a certain point, it does stop giving you boosts.
Oh, and I need to have the mass enhancers or whatever.
No, it just stops rotating. There is a limit to the rotation, how fast it'll rotate.
So,
Post, have you showed Raven your asteroid eater design concept?
I think Raven has seen the,
Yeah, I've seen it on stream.
Yeah.
the
It's an
experimental.
interesting idea. I like it. For the aesthetic effect, I think that I still think that there might be more effective ways of doing it, but at the same time, it's pretty to look at. So I'm in favor.
Oh yeah, it's not.
Wins on cool factor.
I never expected it to be an efficient mining ship. You know, about how pretty it looked to sit and mine an asteroid.
Yeah, that's perfectly valid.
Yeah, oh totally. I mean, honestly, that's half my. the builds I used to do, the big ships I used to do, I always considered luxury. They're luxury ships. They're not necessarily economical. You know.
No.
Oh, that's big.
No, it's not.
He's
It's
from the
smaller
back.
than last one.
Yeah, it is smaller now that I'm wrapping. The engines looked big.
What's up, Grim?
Hey, Grim. Welcome back.
Oh, I thought your grandma just walked in the room. You're like, sup, Grim?
And yes, sir, it is a big plate, Grim. It was, it crashed my single player a few times trying to separate that sucker from the planet. But hey.
Yeah, in my stream, I'm trying to build the ship, and are you guys familiar with the Arrow? The show, The Arrow?
Yep.
I know what it is. I do not watch it. My
Okay.
roommate watches it, though.
On my stream, there's like an image to the bottom left. I'm building the logo as a ship.
What's that battle?
Oh, that's why that was here. I was wondering.
Yes, that is actually what I'm building. So I'm making that a ship. So I just built the inner section of the Arrow.
That would be about right, though. I probably am addicted to this game. Sorry. Something about litigious wives and game content.
Yeah.
Corridor, welcome back to you as well, sir.
Corridor Digital.
For a 13 by 13 by 13, I think that damage is not bad, Battle. I was going to say that's really not much damage, but that's not a lot of blocks, so...
Yeah, that's not many.
There we go. I just wanted to get a screenshot of this.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's pretty freaking cool looking, so...
Yeah.
Need to get-
that angle.
Yeah, you need to get a little closer so you can see more of the ring around the whole planet.
The toaster they built in TwitchCon, is that what
I
you're
can see
talking
the whole
about,
thing.
Corridor?
Yeah.
You were in a video, like your ships were, or you were...
I am in it.
I did not pay
Oh,
attention.
he's in it.
I apologize.
This ship was in a video in TwitchCon.
I bet some of your ships were in TwitchCon videos, but you were just like in the background walking around.
Yeah, they bugged me and basically said, "Hey, can you jump on? We need people to do stuff on the server for a while." I'm like, "Sure, but I've got an appointment to be at. But yeah, I'll jump on and kill Saber. Sure, why not?"
Right.
Seemed like
It's good for the game.
Right? I'll do it for the game, not because I want to.
Constant
Because I
4K
have
length mothership. You guys wanted me to kill him, right?
I don't build that big.
That's awesome, Corridor. I'll have to go find the video.
You should build that.
Well, because for every quote-unquote server or community that I visit, I give them a specific present. I'm going to give you a specific present.
Really?
This is the
I do love
Envoy.
this.
The Envoy ship, so feel free to, do as you will. I will go ahead and pop the wings for you.
Yeah, it's a glorious ship. Man.
Just watch out because
Oh, that was the
it
one we were
is.
talking about earlier on.
We were
Yeah.
actually talking about
It's,
that.
if
earlier.
that's got self-destruct in it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
in a way.
Yeah.
If somebody breaches the core room, the whole thing the core room will explode. It's death before capture. That being said, it's the best solar sailor I've made to date.
Oh yeah, I think it looks great, dude. And yeah, you can post the link, Corridor. And did somebody already kill the bot?
Yeah, someone did.
No, nobody killed the bot. It's still there.
Still on my
Oh, spam deleted. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, I was like, am I really going to be creative to a bot ban?
I have better Twitch TV thing.
Right. I would run it, but I know half my viewers aren't running it, so that's the
Oh,
only
so you
reason
have
I don't run it.
BTTV or whatever?
Yeah.
Watch the show.
I'm watching.
And I will check that out when I get a chance, Corridor. It'll be a minute.
I think that worked. I don't know.
No.
No,
We linked your
No,
forum post as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
absolutely.
should work.
Yeah, there is.
Plus, I'm in multi-Twitch.
On his channel.
There's a multi-Twitch thing going on.
Yeah, we're on multi-Twitch, so.
I don't know if you know where the doors are on this. They're
I
a
do
little
not.
ridiculous. Okay.
Getting some strange block artifacting in front of it. Oh, nope, it's gone. That was funny. It's just the angle I'm at. It's because I'm in build mode, isn't it?
Yeah, you should be able to see like a random purple crystal on one of the sides of like the front.
I see that.
Alright, go right there. Now follow the block. Right over there. If you look in there, there's a little button on the top.
Let me jump out of my my core here. Go.
Click it. Now go back to where the first crystal was.
Oh.
And then you can go inside.
Orient myself to the ship. That helps.
You can go inside, and I can push you out.
Missed it. Yep, yep. Alright, I'm in. I made it. I made it.
Yeah, so that's where the next button is. And then, let me... I will come up to see you. Where is my... There we go. Okay.
Is it better? I have not tried Khadgar or heard of Khadgar. Everyone's just been doing the multi-twitch thing lately, so I just, you know, other people on my TeamSpeak play, and I figured I would is it better? I have not tried Khadgar or heard of Khadgar.
That's how you get to the core room.
Awesome.
Yeah, see, yeah, we might actually do that one, because that one actually works pretty good. I like that one. So,
I like that.
paste.
It's like a stripper poles inside the lift.
It does look like a stripper pole.
There's always a stripper pole in my builds.
Is that
At
why it
least
keeps
one.
coming up in relation to the big one you're working on now?
Everybody, yeah, it happened because Skylord and I built a thing called the Skylight Bar and Grill a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Some people may have seen it.
Right.
In it, I made a fully logicked out stripper club with fully logic stripper poles, and everybody was happy. And also, if you decide to jump in the core, watch out. The missiles in this thing fire backwards because they're lock-ons, and it makes this beautiful, beautiful arc. But I don't want to take out your planet plate.
Should be protected, but yeah, I don't really want to take it out.
It is really pretty when it fires, though.
Believe it, man.
They fucking lock on to me at spawn. The fuck's going on?
The best way I can describe them is quite literally as fucking elegant.
Yeah.
That's the only way to say it. They're not super strong or anything like that, but you know, this is an envoy ship, not a combat
So why
ship.
jump inhibitors in the envoy ship? Out of curiosity.
Well, if you look at where they're located, if you come to me, they're located right here, and
How'd you get out there?
oh, you can just jump in the core if you want. It's in the center pylon, so if you're in build mode and you look where I'm looking,
Oh,
you'll see
okay.
where they are.
That does look really cool.
That's why I did it.
Okay, that's, I mean,
And
acceptable.
I figured since I've already got the blocks here, I may as well add a computer for it, because, I mean, there's no point in just doing... If you're using systems for detailing, most of the time you can just say, screw it, I'll just add it as an actual, like, in-use system, so... Yeah, that's what I did.
Right. In terms of vertical ships, though, I mean, this is one of the coolest I've seen to date, for sure, dude.
If you go down, I don't know if you've ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, but if you go down a little ways,
yeah.
you'll find a Full Metal Alchemist symbol. I'm flying down to it right now. I don't know why. I didn't even mean to do it, but I did it, so
It just
I kept
happened.
it. Yeah, so this is the Full Metal Alchemist symbol.
It's not an anime I was ever into. I watched a lot of anime when I was younger,
Yeah.
but haven't so much as an adult, but it wasn't one I ever got into, but far out.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the premise of equivalent exchange, and I like the transmutation circles look really pretty to me, so that's why
Sure.
I like it. I don't know. Some of it gets a little weird and dark and stuff, but at the same time.
Corridor. These things you guys are make the ships accurate. I'm like, what shit?
I love those.
Nah,
sequences.
anybody can get here. Anybody can do this stuff. It just takes some time. Also, I made the most evil docking port I could think of.
Yeah.
It's literally like I feel like if the top part of this is like a head, then this is like Neo's fucking poured into the matrix. I'm like right next to it right now.
Oh god.
Is it Dr. Doofenshmirtz?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, this definitely has to have a custom dock built for it.
Yeah. But I mean, I figure if it's an envoy ship, then there's going to be a station for these things.
Yeah. I imagine you have a cool pedestal for it that you built whenever you did dock it, so...
Well, I haven't docked it yet, so yes, I will, but I want to do a station for it, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Right.
Already named it Armistice Station and drawn it out.
Yeah, don't feel bad, especially if you're in survival corridor. That does make it tougher to...
Yeah, to build any of these ships.
Yeah, I mean, I like to build... Okay. I don't play survival much, and the reason I don't is because I can't put factories and stuff like that on ships.
Wish
without...
I could build a factory ship.
You can do it, but it requires you essentially breaking the game to do it, and I don't feel like that's a good thing, so I choose not to. But I do plan to do like a survival series sometime in the future, and when I do, it'll be with, you know, what they're calling capital ship systems, which will happen eventually, but...
What's a capital ship system?
Essentially, it's like allowing for station stuff on ships at a detriment to the ship.
I'm fine with that.
So, like, if your ship's big enough, then you can have that?
No,
No,
your ship
I mean-
will take penalties for it.
Yeah.
So like for each module, you might lose like 5 to 10% of your speed. Like you won't be able to move as quickly, or
I didn't
you know,
notice the
at
doors
each
came in
one.
before going up.
Yeah.
That's also a nice touch. And the blocks are just the random blocks you're seeing are artifacting. Metal, it's on my end. It's, I don't know. My system's either angry at me or see they kind of appear on the stream, and then when I get close they go away. It's weird. It's some kind of weird
It's
artifact.
an angry bee. Angry bee.
Yeah, one thing I've always wanted to do, and I actually on a server back in the day, yeah, there's missing chunks now, I probably need to relog. I kind of had it on a server back in the day. I had a ship called the Jump Spire, and it was basically made to look like a massive tower monument that was in the surface section of a planetary base we were building, and it was back in the docking enhancer days, before the rail systems, and I actually built a dock that it fit flush into. I mean, the ship went right to the edges of the docking enhancers, and it's like base foundation, if you will, because again, it was a tower almost, and the dock like fit flush around it and was a square. And I mean, when you undocked the thing, you had to jump to not lag the whole sector out. But it was a jump ship. I mean, it charged the jump drive so fast that you could fully recharge the jump drives while you were in hyperspace or whatever. So it was glorious for like going to spawn and picking up players and bringing them out to the base. But what I always wanted to do was have a bunch of factory ships and different ships that literally docked into custom fit like surface docks on a planet surface to where they actually looked and fit like buildings and would have like walkways and paths and doors up to them. But they're all modular ships, you know, and I always thought that would be so freaking cool. And the new docking makes it a whole lot more possible than it used to be, especially with the rail system.
Yeah, if you do it right, you can. Because with this ship that I'm building, I plan on the back section of the arrow is actually going to be a ship that's docked to the back end of it, like an escape pod.
Let's just say this: when it comes
I did
to
not know that trick, and you've just I love you, CW. I love you.
it's a great.
What? What? Did I miss something?
Tab F6 reloads your chunks.
But what I will say
Oh.
is, when it comes to docking, etc., I mean, you can do so much with it. For instance, I built a car launcher for Saber's planet. It's
That's awesome.
literally a ship that sits in orbit, and the cars get stacked up like bullets, and then they roll back, and when they get to the back, they get catapulted out by push beams. All automatic. Because, you know,
Yeah.
car launcher.
I would love to do some giveaways, Corridor. I've toyed with buying extra keys myself just to do giveaways. A couple of, I think, like 2 of my mods don't actually own the game yet. They're playing with the demo on Steam. Though, on that note, for anyone that doesn't own it or hasn't played it, I'm pretty sure all the viewers right now are StarMade players, but coolest devs ever, the free demo on the Steam store page is still the full game for free as long as we're in beta and alpha.
Yep.
But I would love to do some giveaways. I've been really contemplating buying some copies. There's just, you know, I just moved and in the midst of buying a house after selling a house, and, you know, life's a bitch. So
I actually bought a couple copies for myself to give away too. I mean, that's how I do it. And I mean, I've known the devs for a while, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I feel that personally, this is my personal way of doing things. If they offered me codes, I would take them because I'm not an idiot. But at the same time, like, I like the idea of supporting the devs even by just buying an extra copy. I own 2.
Oh, I have Frozen Synapses and Space Engineers on mine for gifts. I thought I had some StarMades, but I didn't.
To get some StarMade keys, but I agree with Raven. I'm not the type that's going to go ask for a handout corridor. I do more or less know Saber at this point, who's great friends with Raven here. Saber's one of the devs, and they run a server together, as well as the Starside Network, which I think is aiming to slowly pull all of us prolific StarMaders and StarMade builders together. We're trying. You know, so I am in touch with Saber, but it's not like I'm going to go ask Saber to try and get somebody on the inside to give me keys. I mean, again, if somebody says, "Hey, Toaster, you're streaming like full time every day, man. You should do some giveaways. Here's 5 StarMade keys." I wouldn't say no. It's good for the game, bro. But
yes, you would. You would say no. You would say no. We know you would.
Nah. And
See, you're saying it now.
Grim, you're the one that before I started wrapping the plate, it was at 847 meters. It is now over 900. I intend on making an epic skid race track. And on that note, Raven, everybody's been talking about you know, doing the random events, and I know you guys are doing regular events, and I know you guys already do like the weekly races over on Shattered Skies. But I was thinking, man, we should really like try and organize really well, and maybe get on the forums and try and get a lot of the different StarMade communities out there and the different servers to contribute tracks and racers to like an officially sanctioned StarMade like skid kart circuit, you know, and maybe like once or twice a month come together and do a race on each community's different track and actually have like a bracket with, you know, like NASCAR F1 style almost. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
organize
I totally
it well.
understand it. It's going to be a little bit tricky to do. I'm hesitant about going to the forums most of the time, mostly because they turn out to be toxic in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Any forums will be like that here and there. But that being said, we have the obviously our Starside community, and then Star Squadron, which is another very large, probably larger than the Starside community in the number of YouTubers, etc. And then you guys, and then a few others that we know. We're looking into doing some interesting things, including an ultra hardcore, sort of like Minecraft ultra hardcore event.
Your band.
Well, kind of. It's gonna be, yeah, it's sort of like that. But like, if you've ever watched the Minecraft or Minecraft, whatever, ultra hardcore mode that they do, it's essentially that, but we have our own tweaks. We're looking to get something like that together relatively-ish soon. Our big event,
That sounded
which
like
is
a fucking Disney movie. The way you just said that.
Okay then. Oh, I do that all the time. Beyond that, our big event, which is the Blood and Steel tournament, is under construction again. So that'll be a thing. We do it every year. So, well, we've done it. We did it once last year. We're gonna try to change it to once every 6 months. And yeah, there's some other.
You guys had a lot
other
of works.
stuff.
I just, you know, the race circuit was just one thing that struck me, especially in regard to working on this giant plate track that who knows how long it'll take me to even get to the track.
Well, I mean, beyond that, we can even, our server can support 2 servers at a time.
Oh, good to
easily.
know.
So I will say this much. we can kick up a secondary event server if need be.
Oh yeah, that would always be a good thing.
Just fine. So, you know, we've got a whole bunch of stuff in the works right now, but life is
Strange.
life is a little crazy, so it's
Understand
kind of hard to.
Oh,
hard to
come
do
on, boys. You
sometimes.
didn't even pick up on it.
No, I'm sorry.
I picked up on it. I just didn't want to, you know, verify it or give it any credence for you speaking.
Wasn't meant for you.
God damn it.
Yeah, anyway. But yeah, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff in the works, and we're gonna be probably tomorrow, if we're lucky, if I can get enough of our admins around and stuff, trying to plan out a little bit of a schedule for the next few months. And at that point, we are gonna start talking to everybody, getting everything organized and ready to go, which is, I guess, if anything, that's my talent, is putting on events. I've done 12-hour live streams for charity in the past, and those are a little bit nightmarish sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, they're good, and we've done the Blood and Steel and all that stuff. We've got, I think I can say this now, so I guess I'll say it. Machinima Sound is sponsoring our next Blood and Steel tournament, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. I know there's a lot of hate on Machinima lately, but that is cool.
No, Machinima Sound is not the Machinima network at all.
No, it's something different.
It's totally different. So, like, whatever you feel about the network, it shouldn't go towards this. It's a site with really good composers. I love their music.
Awesome.
Everybody uses their music because it's cheap, and really, really, really good quality. So we've got them. Well, yeah, I mean, they have free tracks there as well. They
Didn't
tend to do that.
Skylord do tracks as well for StarMade, or is that nothing?
Well, they didn't do it for StarMade. They just sort of do it on their own. But Skylord did make his own tracks that he liked for ambient sound. For not really for StarMade. He just sort of did it on his own.
Oh, I get you made it, and then I get you just
A bit like Bug Zero. Yeah. If anybody here has not checked out Bug Zero, he does amazing music, and it's like when I play alone, right? When I'm not streaming or anything like that, his music and anything by an artist named Vila, they're my soundtrack to me playing. Yeah, everything fits just so well with StarMade. But Bug Zero is part of Star Squadron, and he does StarMade inspired music. Actually, I'll drop this in chat for you guys. There you go, that's Bug Zero. He needs way more recognition than he gets, because his stuff is really good.
And thanks for the continued forward bump spin. We've also got a, I'm told, better than multi-Twitch thing going with Saladin here on TeamSpeak, who is working on one of his own ships, I believe, for the newcomers in chat.
What's this? Oh, is this a new version of multi-Twitch? Okay.
That's what the guy said, it was better than multi-Twitch. It runs better or whatever, so...
Okay. That's fair. I will have to save this, because this is a good one.
I feel like we have to label it better than multi-Twitch when we post it so people know what it
Mhm.
is. I mean,
Right.
the word live and the two names there, you would think we could figure it out, right? But, hey,
Yeah,
you
but you never know.
never know.
There's
Some
those
random
people.
person that you've never seen before comes in and posts it, and they think it's a bot and ban them.
Right.
What? Huh? Who? What?
No, it's not actually what happened, but I could see it happening.
Yeah, I do love this ship, though. I'm just trying to figure out where to park it.
Well, we could tell you where to park it, but
Oh my.
you left it wide open. I mean,
No. Not those specific.
I'm waiting for creative to get in there.
I don't like this conversation.
Anyway.
minimize that again. Get that out of the way so I can actually see. Yay! Well, the inner part of the shell is working. I just don't know what I'm stuck on the outer part now.
Oh, so you're building inside out? Yeah, you used to do that. It's a good way to get used to doing interiors so you learn the right proportions.
Yeah. And
But the only
it's...
downside is that you don't learn to make do with the space that you have. So, like, I built interior first for a long time. It's not a bad idea to switch to exterior first from time to time.
Oh, no.
Back on.
No, the inside of this is empty. The whole part of...
It's all good.
Yeah,
It's battle you more than double the damage output in that small ass area, so that's
Yeah, the how I'm building this is the picture is of an arrow, but the thing is there's an arrow within an arrow. So I'm building the first section of the arrow, the inner arrow, and then building the outer arrow around it.
It's like arrow section.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I have things with arrows, okay? Leave me alone. All my ships that I've built have pretty much based on arrow or a arrow.
Everybody thinks that all my ships are either like some form of weaponry. Like most of my vertical ships look like bows.
Yep.
And then that one got called a scepter for some reason. My Argus, which is, you know, probably my biggest battleship that I ever completed, apparently looks like a cricket bat. and now apparently I'm building all sword ships, so you know, whatever. Don't care.
I mean, I guess I could kind of see the scepter thing. I see more of a helmet in the front, which I almost think you were kind of going
I
for.
agree.
Yeah.
I wasn't going for it. It just turned out that way. That was 8 hours of screw it. Let's try this. Screw it. Let's try this one then. Okay, let's try this
Right.
instead, and that's where it ended up. Schnellbeer.
All sorts of
Schnellbeer put in a quote unquote. Yes, I said it that way for a reason. A while back from me, which was, what's Raven building now? Oh, another sword ship. Which is a little bit true for the last little while.
I don't know what I would call that weapon battle. Kind of reminds me of one of those, you know, movie blade things you would hold in your hand and jack somebody with.
That sounds dirty.
It was
That really did sound dirty.
That really sounded dirty.
It's late. It's late. Force
Not
not to
that
be
late.
so good. Yeah, but have you been
You're
streaming
late?
since 9 a.m. this morning Pacific time?
No. But the other night, I had not gotten to sleep the night before, and Saber, Chicken, and I were streaming for 8 hours. It got to the point where we started talking about Nazi watermelon.
Oh God.
It was pretty funny. We got his Chicken was doing voices, like stupid voices and stuff, and it got to the point where he couldn't actually speak in his own voice. He was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad, and the worst part is Saber's probably losing his job now because, you know, talking about Nazi watermelon and all that. But, you know, whatever, fuck it.
Oh no.
He's not actually losing his job.
That's good.
But yeah, it was interesting. Apparently none of that's, like, most of that isn't muted from songs or anything, so that's a bit terrifying. I haven't put it into a highlight reel, but I might. So if somebody wants to search through 8 hours of footage to try to find it, you can. That being
Right.
said, it did go on for like 3 hours, so.
I haven't gotten a notification from Twitch of any of my streams getting muted for the sounds I've used. I mean, you know, the archive or whatever. I did stop archiving though. Maybe
Yeah.
I should turn it back on.
I like keeping some of them. I don't make many highlight reels though. I did make one for my roommate when she played Alien Isolation though, because that
Oh,
was
I'm sure, yeah.
freaking hilarious. She made it through the tutorial area almost completely. I don't know if any of you guys know that one, but like she made it to the train, and the alien got her in the train, and she was just freaking out. It was great. It was amazing. It made me happy.
The last game I had my wife playing before we moved, and she's just been working so goddamn much since we moved. But I mean, it's a good thing. We're hoping to own our own business here in a few years, and blah blah blah.
Awesome.
But I had her playing Wolf Among Us, the Telltale, story choice consequence game, and dude, she's hilarious. I mean, she like leaps out of her chair at jump scare. She screams at the TV based on having too short a time for decisions. I mean, whenever I get her back to that, and we do the next episode, I might just have to live stream it on my Twitch, just because I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
She might kill you. You realize this, right?
Maybe. But then
Arella
again,
actually likes streaming.
But then you would get even more viewers on your Twitch channel if she did kill you.
It's true.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Also, when she heard I made a trivia bot, she apparently went and made the Twitch account Mrs. Toaster Wurst.
Oh, jeez.
I'm streaming though. She's usually at work, so she has not had the opportunity to join any of the trivia shenanigans yet. And I also need to find a database editor so Raven and I can merge databases and keep growing the databases like more easily and search and edit them for typos and stuff. And
You need a database. Let me know.
the trivia databases are in MySQL.
Okay.
And I haven't downloaded a database editor. I just have Notepad++, and Notepad++ will not work for editing them. That's all I know so far.
What are you trying to do?
Also, I have to BRB because the lady is calling, so be right back.
What do you do? Huh.
I can probably answer the question.
Now he's just trying to make it so he can edit them?
Yeah, we want to be able to edit all the options in bulk,
Okay.
just to make it easier.
Can you send me a schema of what the tables are and everything else like that?
I can try. Can't promise it, but I'll try.
Because I do web pages. That's my thing. Well,
Cool, you should do ours.
Okay.
so I mean,
Can you help me with something then, because my webpage isn't working?
who's that?
Creative.
Hell no.
Fuck you.
By the way, Raven, me and Creative go back. Crap, I don't even know how long ago. We used,
73 years.
yeah, something like that. We used to play Robocraft. So.
Yeah, I've got the database file here. I'll put it in Dropbox and send it to you.
Okay.
I'm back.
But yeah, I've been having an issue with PHP not wanting to run on my website.
Which you're hosting?
File layer. I use CentOS web panel and stuff and things.
I have the same host running the same OS and the same web panel.
That should
It
be it.
works fine.
Okay.
That's my trivia database, and
Open link. Yes, thank you. Open link.
Forrest, I hope there's no favouritism with the rest of us and your wife. We'll give her millions of toast more than us just for joining the trivia.
Oh no, I told her
Let's-
that if I gave her too many free, obviously she'd get away with a little bit of free toast, and I don't think anyone would really say anything.
No,
There'd be
no,
that
no
one
free
guy
toast.
who
No
would
free
complain.
toast. No free toast.
None.
Doesn't matter that
she
she's
knows.
your wife. No free
see,
toast.
the difference is, you don't give her free toast, and she doesn't give him sex, so, you
she's
know.
Not, she's not
It's
there.
worth it. It's
know.
worth it. No, it's
She's
for
not
your
there.
for your fans, Forrest. For your fans.
For the fans?
Dude, she
I don't
straight
think
told
I
me, I
can-
was trying to tell her that it would be a very insignificant milestone, but she is determined to give me a cake that says 100 on it when I hit 100 followers. I'm not joking. Like,
Well,
You can't make this stuff up, folks.
I will take pictures of said cake when it happens. That's all.
Alright. Once I'm done streaming, I'll take a look at it. Can you send... Did you just give me the database of it? Or did you send, like, save it to a CVS or something?
It has its own database file.
yeah.
It's the bot runs off my SQL databases, and the
Yeah.
trivia like database editor that's built into box just absolutely sucks. Like, it runs trivia great. Like, don't get me wrong, it does the job it's supposed to. Fine. Like,
Yeah, all I did was send you the database file.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the fuck is in this thing. Toast might be able to do it better for you, but
Yeah, basically, I just need to know what, how do you want to put it? Like the columns, rows, that kind of stuff, the table, how the table schema is set up for it.
no idea. Can't access it.
Oh, you have no direct access to the database?
Not that I've been able to find.
we just have the file in the folder that the bot outputs and keeps all the questions in.
Ah, oh,
Yeah,
okay. It's using SQLite. There's a...
Thanks for the continued form bump on that, Ben. I look forward to seeing if we
Yes,
get any response from it.
I want to see
Yeah,
what other
hopefully
people's
people will
responses are, and then actually put in my own like
Right,
suggestion. Because I'm thinking through it for the moment, but I'll get around to it soon.
Absolutely. No, I read somebody already posted, and they basically suggested that it work like the way you use Logic to change a rail block, make it work like that with the light. I'm fine with that too. Wolf, I think, has gone AFK on us, but she was earlier saying she really thought it would make sense if it's specifically linked to the capsule blocks, because that's what changes the color of things in factory anyway. And I love using the Matisse capsule crystal to turn things red, you know, so I'd be cool with that as well. I often like building them into a little array between like two beams or engines or something to make it look like it has some kind of function, as you know, as well as aesthetics in a ship. So I got my bulk types mixed up. Whoa, there's a leaderboard? What?
Wait,
Didn't
what?
know that.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
Apparently not.
Something I knew about StarMade that Boris didn't. What?
Well, that's because there's a battle mode.
Yep, that is true. I've just never done it.
Yeah, it's it really feels like a different game.
I was reading in detail about it, and it sounds like it could be fun if instituted right, you know? Oh.
So right now you only have 8 things in here.
You should have more than 8 questions, I thought already.
No, you only have 8. That's everything that's in here. From what he sent me anyway. I mean, even the log says that it's only showing me 8 things.
Hey, dumb bro.
Oh, that's weird. The replace filter is totally buggy, dude. It's replacing, it's not replacing within the selection area. It's replacing to the right of it.
Alright, now we gotta turn this guy on. Here. Fucking za.
Oh, okay. There's 41 of them in sci-fi media. General knowledge, there's 8.
Okay, so if I do... Yep. I don't know why the replace filter is being weird, but hey, whatever.
Alright, so
Oh, use remove mode, okay.
Okay.
QCW. You're very helpful this evening. I think I figured it all out before, and it's not a feature I use very often. And we're late in my normal stream day, my normal stream schedule. And just for all the regular viewers at this point, I may be on tomorrow. I don't know. I'll probably be around other StarMade streams. Tomorrow's one of my wife's few days off. If the weather's nice, we might go hiking. We're also from Texas originally, and it's football Sunday, so Praise Jesus.
Sunday.
Actually, it probably means that, well, we already watched one Texas team lose this week, and we're probably watching another, Texas football is hurting really bad this season. Really bad.
Well,
I'm
it's
glad
Texas.
I only really watch esports. Sorry.
It's cool,
It's true.
man. It's cool. I was never really that into football. I will confess, in college, I got into tailgating and going to the local college football teams games, but that was more about drinking booze and flirting with girls.
Yep.
Yeah. But a few years back, and it was with a bunch of buddies back in Texas that I'm not really that tight with anymore. It's amazing how the older you get, the more people just fall off. But that's beside the point. We started a fantasy football league because a few of the guys were way into football, and just because they were all my gaming homies that I played a lot of league with at the time. And please don't ask me to play league, guys. I don't play MOBAs anymore at all. I just got tired of it. I played league from early beta on. But anyway, I played fantasy football and competing against people and like regularly watching all the players to like see how my team was doing, so on and so forth. Like suddenly I really got into the game. And then what was more, I was still in college at the time, and I was at a coffee shop the next morning working on a paper, and I was a big stoner for years, always hated the police, and I was sitting at the counter drinking some coffee, and a cop walked in, and I started talking to him about football, and about 10 minutes into the conversation I realized that I had made friends with a cop, and had been talking with him for 10 minutes about football, and it changed my world.
Fair enough.
Fuck the popo. Yeah, well, some of them are good, man. Some of them are good. I've met some good ones out there. I've also met some that, the second they pull you over, you can tell they're just looking for any excuse to fuck you up. Which is why, I don't know, I've seen some videos that obviously show bad injustice on behalf of the police, and I've seen some videos where people are claiming that there's obvious injustices, and to me,
They're just
why
being
were you-
complete fucktards.
why were you a fool to mouth off to that cop when he's in a position of authority? I'm not saying he was cool, but, when I get pulled over, it's yes, sir, no, sir, whatever you say, sir. And if I feel like you have committed injustices against me, we'll cross that bridge when you can't shoot me, or smash my head into the cement, or put cuffs on me. Like, it's just, some things are common sense, and not everybody has it. I guess that's what I'm saying. And that's in no way to excuse brass behavior on behalf of police, just, even the ones that aren't cool, you have the choice in that moment to, not be dumb, I guess is what I'm saying.
Raven, I posted up on there what you can get, and that'll be able to read the database, because it's just using SQLite. It's not actually using MySQL.
Alright, if you have a missile facing sideways on your ship, and you fire the missile, will the missile fire sideways or straight forward, like where your ship is
It's
facing?
going to come out of the ship at the direction the computer that controls it is facing.
Yep.
Okay, good. So it's not dependent on how the ship is facing. So if the ship is facing, like, yeah.
Think of my big salvage ring. Each of those rings has 4 salvage computers that all face inwards.
Okay, cool. And
Yep.
this shall work.
And sorry guys, I don't mean to be boring here, but I realized I had mixed wrong block types, and so I am painfully trying to find them and make sure. It looks like I did all the angles right. Maybe it replaced the angles in the remove replace filter. I know it's finicky sometimes though, so I mean that's awesome if it did.
By the way, Ben, did you check out the green screen mod?
I've actually not tried it yet. I'll actually look at it just now.
It works really, really, really nicely, especially for bigger ships. Because building a background for those things sucks.
The only, like I was saying to Borst earlier on, the reason I can't do bigger ships is the bigger ships lag the video capturing program that I've got. That's why I'm limited to
What do
for
you
the
use?
rotation. I use Bandicam, which I bought recently. It was an upgrade.
Half your problem.
But yeah, I was looking at
OBS.
OBS.
yeah.
OBS is the best way.
I use XSplit, and it does exactly the same thing. But that's just because I like the UI for XSplit better. But it can cost money for a stream license for that. But you also get tax support, so it's a trade-off, but like OBS is a good one if you want to go for free. It's perfectly free. Keeps the file sizes small like Bandicam, but a lot less processing power is devoted to that.
You can use lossless coding too.
Yep.
You can use the codecs for that, and it'll give you the higher quality, but it'll actually still kind of keep it small for you.
Yeah, Bandicam released an NVEC codec, which is like a high quality codec which I'm using. But I've actually got OBS installed, so I'll try that with the green screen mod. I'm just actually looking for it just now.
Green screen, if you do the green screen, OBS already naturally has that implemented into its system, so you don't even have to.
No, you do. Don't worry. I don't think you know exactly what he's talking about. What he's talking about is the green screen mod for StarMade. It changes the background of everything in your like the background look of everything to a green screen. So that your ships stand out, but there's no procedurally generated background or stars or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You still need to be in a void sector to make it work. Also,
I was just going to ask that what sector to go in a void sector. That's
yeah, go in a void sector and make sure there's nothing else around really, and you're golden. Also, this is the quality you can get out of, well, XSplit anyway. Recorded at 60 frames per second.
I was just getting, is the command, you know how you can press the button to rotate, you know how StarMade got an inbuilt rotation thing? Does the command work for it to slow that down yet? Because I remember Chris Nightbringer said, no, it doesn't work yet. But I suppose if I record 60 frames a second, I could easily slow it down in After Effects.
Yeah, you could, but it's easier just to add a rail rotator on the interior at the center point of the ship, and then just build out a camera a ways. That's what I do.
Chris also said in chat turn
better.
off procedural backgrounds or it will not work in your game options.
Yeah, you have to turn off procedural, but
All this
it
time I've
outlines
been having
up
the rotator on the outside of the ship. I never actually thought to build it within the ship, because obviously the ship's been quite small. That was a great idea, I never thought of that. Thank you.
yeah, because I mean, obviously it doesn't matter what it looks like on the interior as long as you can't see it from the exterior when you're rotating it. But yeah, the other thing you can do is literally just add the rotator. You then use speed controllers, right, to slow it down to whatever speed you want, and fly out in build mode. But the problem is how you're looking at it. That's why I prefer to use a camera, because then you don't have to turn your camera as you go.
Yeah, I usually use a camera because it always gives me the exact same angle, so all the videos look the same in the sense that they're...
Oh, I know it. Yeah, that's what I did for my Stargazer. Little video. Or, not video, the opening to the School of Design. That's how I did it, is I just I didn't know how to use rail speed controllers, to be 100% honest. So I just added a shitload of mass to the back end of, to right behind the camera to get it to slow down. And then I slowed it down a little bit more, just in post. But yeah.
This is going to sound like a really new question, but and I've hardly played the games before making videos. Is there a quick way to get to a void sector, or do I have to just try and find one in the game, or is it like a place to look for to find one?
You're doing it in your single player?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll give you the command.
Shouldn't he also be able to, in his game configs, just set himself as admin and then use admin warp in his galactic?
Yeah.
What I just use that exact command. That's the sector I always go to. That'll have a whole bunch of void sectors around you. Pick any number there and you'll be golden.
So where did you post the command? I didn't see.
TeamSpeak.
Oh, TeamSpeak, sorry.
My wireframe of what I'm building.
I thought so, Chris. I just didn't know if they were had admin warp in their galactic map, because obviously that could hamper the survival experience. figured
Yeah,
maybe
I
you would
don't
need
know.
to set it in config to get that, but I wasn't sure. I was kind
Yeah.
of shooting.
Also, if you ever give admin to any other character in your single player, then they don't have admin. Or then you lose admin.
Also, be right back. I hear the garage door opening, so I will return in just a couple of minutes.
Alright.
Thank you for the warning.
Everybody, you can relax for a while. We don't have to pretend to work anymore.
Sorry, Raven, in speak chat. The last thing I saw you type is a link to the video. I don't see the other thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I see in there.
Oh, my bad. I know what it is. I know why.
Did you type it in the other one?
Nope.
In the global? You put it in the global chat, didn't you?
Had a space at the beginning, so it thought it was an actual command.
Oh.
That's the one that I use. Use any numbers around there, or just TP there, and then look around a little bit. Make sure you put yourself in God mode first, by the way, until you have your sector set up, because you're going to want to destroy entity, any, you know, stations and stuff like that as well. But that's how I do it. And then you're golden. Everything should look incredibly green. Well, maybe not to you, but it'll look a lot brighter than normal.
Awesome, that's me just saved it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It took me forever to figure out how to use it, but it's really, really handy. Especially in After Effects, because it's just, you can key light everything perfectly. So.
Yeah, I'm lucky as I've got the key light, the update.
Yeah.
2.1 or something.
Oh, I've only got like 1.2, I think?
That's what I meant, 1.2. So
Yeah, I've got that
yeah,
one.
1.2 is the one up.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
how I
pretty
want to
nice.
set up my my missiles.
The right way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if you set them up the left way, it kind of doesn't work as well.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
right way is be prouder.
It's usually the case.
I hate all of you.
That's what we do.
Yep.
Alright, I'll be back in a couple minutes myself.
Thank you for the warning.
Ben, definitely tell me how that goes. And if you need any help, just tell me.
Awesome,
Like I said, I know it screwed with me for a long time, so I want to make sure that you get it down, because what it does is it just makes the whole process a lot more streamlined, because you don't have to build those ridiculous backgrounds.
Yeah, and also I'll try the OBS as well to see if I can obviously showcase bigger ships as well, which would be better for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, definitely. Also, remind me a little later tonight, if you've got time. I wanna talk to you about something super secret.
No worries, I'll remind you. Are you streaming later on tonight? Yeah.
I might be doing some of the Battlefield or Battlefront beta, but we'll see.
Cool, well, I'll remind you if you. I'll make sure and remind you before you head off.
Yeah, definitely. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes, so no worries.
Playing it and then finishing.
No, the stream stuff. Alright, I'll be right back.
So what's going on, chat? While I'm sitting here, I'll take a look at the chat. Hey, cloning. On my stream, anyway.
I'm back, by the way. The Death Blossom is done. I'll hook up a screenshot, bro. Let's see that.
Yeah, we need pictures, or it didn't happen. Oh, I sent on TeamSpeak. I sent a link to a viewer that you can actually edit and modify the database.
Awesome.
So, because you're using SQLite, you're not using actual MSQL. So, because I was like, as soon as you said, "Oh, I'm doing this," and he sent me the database, I'm like, wait, no, you shouldn't be able to send me the database like that. It's like, no, wait a second, not right. Okay, get a little check-in.
Said it was SQL or whatever the first time I looked at it for he and I. So
Yeah. Well, if you looked at the top of it, it says SQLite right on it. But for my notepad, I have a add-on that links it to SQLite or anything like that.
got to figure out how to get us to Dome on this.
You gotta get the middle. Gotta get the middle. Which is not gonna be fun.
No, it's not gonna be fun. But we'll get to Dome status. It'll happen.
Why aren't you done the dome yet anyway?
Why haven't I done the Dome yet?
Yeah, or circle.
It's gonna be circles because the build helper doesn't go big enough to do a strip Dome.
I would have already done the circle and then base started at that. That would have given you a better base.
Where, like, I wanted to connect clean and maybe be underlit or have some supports on the side, and there's going to be big supports that go up around it, so I'm just trying to, like, build the wall up above this one way to figure out how it's going to fit.
Hanging out, and only one of them is actually streaming. What? Oh, Wolf.
Saying that we're all in the same channel, but I'm the one that's streaming. Is that what you're saying, Wolf?
I think so.
Everyone. Saber's not here. Chris isn't here.
Yeah, Saber's...
In the chat, though.
I don't think Saber is on right now, because I haven't seen him. So, I haven't seen any activity anyway.
Yeah, because I was going to tell him about what I figured out in Ankbot, because he was talking about switching Deepbot, but didn't think that Ankbot announced follows and hosts in chat, and it totally does. He just missed the setting. Like, I found that this morning.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on it though, because I also built my own bot. The how Twitch has their stuff, it's gonna screw with how everything is made.
Welcome back, folks. I hear you. Ankbot's actually been really fast on picking up the hosts and the follows today, but Subalerts has been really slow. Subalerts has been like a good 5-10 minutes behind. It's been kind of funny. And I know
Yeah.
people prefer Twitch alerts over Subalerts, but I don't want... I find that my browsers tend to suck down my memory than Subalerts does. So, I mean, right now I have a browser open for music because I couldn't get it was just sounding awful this morning. Really scratchy and stuff. You know, I gotta configure virtual audio cable better.
Yeah.
It runs from another computer, basically. And I also use a TeamSpeak profile for the bot to play music on, so that also, like, the mods and stuff for other streamers, if they're joining the TeamSpeak channel, and somebody, and, like, they do a YouTube request in the stream channel, but they probably have the stream muted because they're in TeamSpeak with me, they can still hear their own song. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't need to ask.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's I've been streaming. Well, let's put it this way: when I first started streaming, it was still Justin TV.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that's when I first started streaming. And I mean, that's how long I've been streaming, but I haven't. People don't understand that I'm not in it for viewers.
Right.
I've been streaming probably longer than most people have even thought about it, but I don't stream to get viewers. I stream because I stream my game. If people watch, they watch. I don't, you know what I mean? It's not that, it's hard to...
It's fun hanging out with more people and sharing the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just, I don't I'm not one of those that says, "Oh, follow me, follow this." You know what I mean? I'm not one of those. I just, hey, thanks for visiting. That's about it.
Sure, absolutely.
Also, Toast, just like Ben, I want to ask you something once you're done.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't realize Ben. Did I miss something from Ben?
Nope.
No, it's secret hush hush.
That's what you missed.
Are you wanting me to like jump channels to ask me
Nope.
something, or
Once you're done. Not a big deal at all. It's not super.
once I'm done streaming, or?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No rush.
I really don't know what to do with this thing. It looks like a bird or something right now. It doesn't even look like it.
Raven CW says he is available to help out on your project. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
You're already
I'm gonna need him soon. So it's getting to that point where there's plenty of stuff.
Yeah, mine's gonna be interesting. I might actually steal Raven's idea or thing of how he had the top section open up for like a landing pad.
Well, it's not for a landing pad, but yes, the idea is sound. I would probably say, if you're gonna, like, one of the things that I wanted to do that I haven't done, it wouldn't work on the ship that I was showing earlier, is to do a retractable landing pad. Dallas done it before, where that sort of thing opens up and then your hangar floor would come to the surface.
Oh,
Something would dock there, and then the whole hangar floor goes down. It all retracts.
Yeah.
I was even thinking about for the racetrack here, doing that for the starting line, like lifting the cars up to the start brackets.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of really cool things you can do. Also, Toast, it's the way you build. It's inefficient.
Yes.
Do all your wedges, and then go back and do
the
your Tetris, and then slap your other ones, and it'll go faster.
yeah. I was gonna say the same thing, but I wasn't gonna touch it because he has his method. Everybody has their different methods.
Most people.
You twitch between them.
Switch between, like between the different.
You twitch.
He's twitchy. He's very.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's very twitchy. I know. Oh, I still want to go eat again.
Go stuff your face some more.
I do, and it's
American way.
it's only like 10 o'clock at night right now too.
Not here.
I've actually got a lot accomplished on this, and I don't even know how long I've been streaming. I gotta go check my stream count. Where did it go?
That's interesting, Battle.
Oh, 3 hours. 3 and something hours.
Yeah.
Nope, my lazy bots is not working.
You can do a little bit more with that one, Battle, by changing your interior crystal blocks to wedges. Will make it look better. But beyond that, you've got a pretty solid concept.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a few things that I would personally do differently, but that's more of my own personal aesthetic, not anything that's wrong with the way that you did it. So, yeah.
I really do like that station. That station is pretty cool. It's
Yeah, I'm going to be building the EFSF shipyard soon. That big shipyard is not the EFSF shipyard at all.
yeah,
It's just a big ass shipyard that we built way before shipyards were even a thing.
Yeah, it didn't look like if the ship was as long as you said, like the spacing was right of the.
We
big
changed
models
the server config to allow it to happen. It has to be 200 blocks distance.
Work instead of 50.
Yep. I do configs all the time. Like that is something that it's gotten a little ridiculous.
There was a config I was trying to set for my local game, and I could not get it set.
Config?
I can't remember now. I can't remember now. Because I gave up on it. I was like, screw it, I'm done.
Yeah, it all depends on where you put stuff. Like for survival players, we changed how warp gates work.
Mm-hmm.
So your general jump drive moves you 8 sectors or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
We made the warp gates move you a lot further. Now we probably overdid it in that regard, but I think we had this discussion on my Twitch channel a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you screwed up one of your Tetris, of course. You might need to go back. It's not sitting on the wedge. It's sitting on one of the blocks. You'll see it.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. This is me.
Yep, yeah, I know.
I do this shit to Dal all the time too.
I bet.
Be like, Dal, it's a really pretty ship, but you fucked up here, 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 and here. And he's like, thanks.
How
hate
have I
you.
still not met Dal? Has he not been around in the last?
He hasn't been around. He's
Okay.
been working and going to school, and he's super busy. He'll be around soon enough anyway.
No doubt.
But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I learned my stuff from him for the most part. Yeah, Babel, what I would do in that case is add an AI module. Well, no.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't do that, actually, for that. What I would do is I would dock a bunch of them to a parent ship with push beams, so that when you undock them, the push beams activate and fire them off in different directions. Not super fast, but a little bit, and then you can, volley shoot them.
Alright,
Because that's always fun.
if I wanted to take down a lot of shields from someone, what type of weapon system would I use?
Doesn't so much matter the weapon system. It matters on how. It depends on the type of target.
Yeah. The armor.
If you're trying to take out large capital ships that can't move much or stations, I'd almost say do it with warheads, because they work exceptionally well for that.
Also,
That
turret.
being, yeah, the other option that I would give is I would use, what are they? Also, of course, if you go behind, if you aim outward, it's going to be faster because you can just slap it on the inside and you're not going to be fighting yourself. Little things that years and years of building taught me.
Yeah, no, some is great advice and some is just Bush has been streaming a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were saying.
But
I get lazier the longer the stream goes
no,
on.
I know. I do the exact same shit, like all the time.
Just like, fuck it, I don't care. Just place the blocks.
Please.
Keep working. It has to get done.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I would use, honestly, if you're looking to take out shields, missiles do not affect shield recharge, which is an interesting concept. But I would use, if you're trying to do it at long range, using beam for a sniper type weapon is good, and having multiple of them so that you can just rotate through, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, keep firing. The other one, I don't know, I still am very partial to antimatter cannons with ion effect. Rapid fire antimatter cannons with ion effect will do a pretty good job.
Those are pretty quick, actually. I prefer that myself.
And they have a good range. The only problem is that there's travel time. It depends on the target that you're trying to hit.
Do they automatically seek?
No, they don't. They don't seek.
I'm probably gonna need seeking because.
Seeking?
Yeah, because my turret can't move because it's just a ring around my ship.
Oh, in that case, what I would do. This is gonna sound nuts. Okay. I would do a sniper missile in that case. But if it's via a turret, it'll still target well enough as long as it's within range. If you want it omnidirectional, you can literally take a couple of rail rotators and do it. And it'll fire whenever something's in range.
Are you on the server right now?
Not currently, but I was.
Sorry, just remind me what this is coming again.
That was awesome. I think well, Wolf might have, so you might have to post it.
I don't think Kristen Nightbringer was in at the time.
Oh, Toaster, Bosch, your post, your suggestion's been marked as being read by Shine.
Oh, damn.
How do you build a...
Oh, Saber! Saber's here.
Hey,
Hi,
Saber.
Saber. I hate you.
Welcome.
I say,
Well,
He needs to get on TeamSpeak.
If anybody here is new to hearing me speak, then you'll soon learn that I'm an asshole.
Oh yeah.
It's my gimmick. Everybody has one.
You're an asshole, you're an asshole. Sorry. Yeah.
Said you and Creative Builds in there have that one in common.
Yeah.
No. I don't know if Creative even has anything on that.
Trust me.
Yeah.
To 11.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This dial goes to 11.
With the Spinal Tap references too.
Exactly.
I mean, you know.
So how do you make a sniper missile? What do you need?
That is missile beam. It will require a little bit of time to lock onto the target, but it will fire. The other option you have, and I wouldn't suggest this, and the reason being that if you happen to be in a fleet action, if you have friends around or something like that that are not directly docked to your ship, it will screw them up too. But you can do swarmers. But I don't think it's a good idea.
You said missile and beam?
Missile attached to the beams.
By the way,
Wait,
Saber,
so is the main
Ankh-Bot
system
will,
beam or missile?
Main system is missile.
Okay. Any
Saber,
effect?
Ankh-Bot, damn it.
Go ahead.
Will welcome fellows and hosts. It's just in the settings on like that.
Thanks, Saber. They only Saladin things, I hope, really.
Thanks for the forum
Wow.
post again, Ben.
Wow.
Any effect
what is-
module?
Alright. Where's that forum post? Or did someone already post it? Yes, he did. Okay.
Post and y'all got the better than multi-Twitch link.
Yep.
So, we're good.
Yep.
It is all shared.
Yep.
Just above all of that, you can check out Raven's quote of the day.
Oh, quote of the day.
That was Raven's quote of the day, yes.
For lack of a better term. Oh,
That's
God.
That's another thing I say a lot.
Yeah.
Habitual.
I just think
I still-
Darth Vader saying, "I find you're lacking faith, disturbing." Just have Raven going.
We won't. Yeah, that did sound kind of mildly. Wait, I just took it. Did we understand you in the first place?
If you did, then I feel bad for you.
I think Creative probably understood you.
You're having no problems, I feel bad
I'm
for
not
you,
even
son.
listening
I got
to you.
99 problems, but a ship ain't one.
Alright,
Steve,
so...
do your graphic in stream for you the way TwitchBot does or Twitch Alerts does?
The graphic? What do you mean?
I don't know. I told Saber that Ankh-Bot would announce
It'll say it in chat, but it won't actually
Yeah.
graphic.
Yeah, there's no graphic because you have to put it in your OBS or anything.
DeepBot doesn't do that. I use Twitch Alerts to show off when people...
Yeah.
no, that's why I'm confused what Saber meant.
Do I need an effect module for the sniper missile thing?
You shouldn't.
Okay. And then
But
just
the
missile
effects are
fields,
always
right?
good.
Yeah, missile, and then the beam. You're still doing the sniper one, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need the missile, beam, and I mean that's pretty much it.
So I press C
Yes.
on the missile computer, press the V on the beam computer.
You're golden now. Add systems
Yes.
to both of them.
Add systems to them.
Okay, so I need both beam and missile tubes.
Yes. Equal. I think it's 1 for 1, isn't it, Raven?
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to do 1-to-1. I'll do like an X pattern thing throughout my ring. I can't make it like 50-50 even.
Now you're probably going to have multiple computers set up, you know.
For what?
Missed us at CW? I caught your chat. I'm too late, so I gotta go back.
No, you missed a spot.
I don't know.
I see it. It's in the bottom right of your screen.
Yeah, I see it too.
Right now.
I just noticed it
Bottom right of
myself.
your screen.
he just moved away.
Yeah.
There's a chunk area.
You got to go to the other.
No. Just keep going along the wall. You'll see it. You missed a spot.
Yeah.
Are you all just trolling me?
No.
No, we're not.
I don't
There
troll
actually is.
people like, with that sort of thing. If I troll people, it's usually just taking whatever they said and using it against them.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. And that's fair. I'm just saying. Would have been a good troll. Making me circle the ring like 6 times over as big as
Ah, man, you missed it again. It's right over there. Where? It's over there. Oh, that would be so mean. But
we're in a stage of bot transition. You have either exclamation point trivia points, or exclamation point crumbs. And I've slowly been transferring that into people's new toast command. I don't know why the command didn't go off for you.
Hey,
You missed a
Oh,
Tetris.
trolling people when they're doing glass is so bad. That is the most evil thing anyone could ever do.
yeah, that's
I don't care.
horrible.
You can't even see it to begin with. Like the way I
Exclamation point
place.
toast should also work. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I always place glass as, like some color that I'm not using, and I'll place everything but the wedges. Then I place the glass wedges on top, and then do everything else, because wedges have a little bit of a bug right now with remove replace.
I just wonder
So-
why can't F9 toggle?
F9 toggle.
When you
What are
hold
you ta-
F9, it makes your glass block solid, which makes it a hell of a lot
Yeah.
easier to tell what you're doing. But if it toggled, instead of you having to hold it down, that would be like 10 times more useful.
You know what? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put a freaking macro on my keyboard. So it'll actually keep the key press down.
Yeah, but that could be a good suggestion. It'd be relatively easy to implement. I've got a few suggestions I'm going to be adding to the forum relatively soon.
Awesome.
I just haven't gotten around to it. So
Just
I'll
making
credit you
sure.
with that one.
I do bind the beam tube things to the beam computer, not the missile computer.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're separate entities. The better way to do it is to set them up separately and then connect them after you've done them all.
Fucking
It
lame.
doesn't really matter. It
Yeah.
really doesn't matter.
Because you can do it within the weapon menu too.
But Ben, as long as you're sharing my forum post and chat for me and stuff, you should share your new video, bro, because you did a great job on that
Yep.
video for Dalmont.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to get that video again.
Dal is a special snowflake. But he makes pretty stuff.
Waiting for Saber to get on TS.
He has permissions here. I don't know if he has the jam to get down into this channel. The jammer better on his toast, but I have the lobby pulled up on my other screen, so if he shows up, we can get him.
Well, I think said he was doing homework or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Slaving for Skimma.
Oh, freaking A.
Thanks,
Yeah,
that's me. I've shared my video there. Sorry.
Awesome.
Oh, alright. Cool.
I was gonna say, Ben, if you end up needing more ships, I have a lot more ships that I've got a few that I've never shown off. Actually.
It
got
doesn't
me
matter how
intrigued
the
now.
missile tubes are positioned, right? They can be positioned sideways, but they'll still come out just depending on
As
where
long as the computer
is.
is aimed, yeah. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nah, see, Saber, the ranks on my team speak start as burnt toast, buttered toast, and toast with jam, and then toast with eggs and bacon for the admin. So, you know, if you get online, I'll butter your toast, baby.
It sounds like
Yay.
that's. I think that's a fetish somehow. I think that's somebody's fetish.
Could be. Long ago, this random kid in TeamSpeak messaged me one day, like, how does one butter their toast exactly? And I responded, right side up, always. And then just signed off for the night.
Oh my
That
god.
reminds me of what I did the other night, too. Go ahead.
A week or two later, he started bringing, like, a bunch of his random buddies in to play League of Legends, which, I'm not big on League anymore, but I then buttered his toast for him.
The other night, yeah, I think I said this earlier, I was streaming for like 8 hours with Saber and others.
Mhm.
And I'd been streaming for 8 hours. And I hadn't gotten any sleep the night before, or anything. And I was so tired that I literally signed off, right, of my stream. I signed off by telling everyone else to fuck off.
Oh jeez. Wow.
I was just like, you know what? I stand by that. I'm okay with that.
Wow.
I've noticed Ultimate TwitchBot also has the setting for you to have it say something in chat when people leave the stream, and so I have not done it because I feel like it might not be the best move in regard to, you know, maintaining viewer happiness. But I've been really tempted to just be like, so and so
you.
left, like, fuck you. Yeah.
Don't come back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I didn't like you anyway.
You were here in the first place, not by choice.
Saber just drops mic there.
No, that's exactly what I did, though. To a T, I was literally like, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back eventually, and,
Go fuck yourselves.
pretty much just, yeah. And then I literally just hit the end stream button. I didn't even wait for that to get there. I was just like, fuck off, and left. So that's something you can expect if you watch me, unfortunately, for some people.
Unfortunately for some.
It was a really weird night.
No doubt.
Like, any other night is any weirder?
Something along those lines.
What were you?
Maybe a top 10 now, Poetic. I'm in the middle of converting things. So we have two bots. Well, Toaster Overlord is multifunctional now, I should say. But not completely multifunctional because I had trouble with virtual audio cable this morning.
Okay, so if I target something, and my turret should, like, destroy it, right?
You shouldn't have to target it. Unless you don't have an AI. You didn't put an AI on it, did you?
Not yet.
Put an AI module on it, you won't have to target it, it'll do it itself. It will take a second to lock on, but once it's locked on, it'll fire. So
Mm-hmm.
you have the power for it and everything.
Yeah, you might want to test it to see if you have the power to fire it.
Yeah, that'll...
I don't know.
Because if you don't have the power...
Yeah, the stats.
Uh,
Oh, there it goes. I found it.
I was gonna say, I'm like, really?
No idea. Those are just individual units.
What'd you do with Logic Grim? Are you speaking of something someone said in chat that we missed? And welcome back, CW.
What, huh? I love logic, muhaha.
What did he achieve with Logic Circuits?
Yeah.
Or did somebody
Or is
block
it,
and
or did he
chat
just get
that we
into an
didn't
argument and decimate somebody with logic?
Or argument with itself?
Well, that's normal for me anyway, but yeah.
We're over you, okay? You're done.
Oh, fuck off.
Missiles will pass through, like, your ship, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Because I heard a lot of explosions.
Well, they'll pass through after they blow up. Like, in going through your ship. He's all worried now. His ship's gonna blow up.
Once you make a big enough hole through your ship, pass through nice and easy.
Yeah.
Yep, no problems at all.
I hate all of you. So I can't see?
Why would I be hacking my own toaster? Maybe it is. Hang on. Since you were being angsty about that, let me fix it.
I can't even
Ooh.
see like the stats.
Crap. You can't see your own stats.
That turret will try to shoot through your own ship, so you're gonna want to make sure that it's not internal or anything.
Yeah, if you have an external, like, ship or something else docked to it, it might... I can't remember if they fixed that, did they?
I'm saying the turret, like, shooting itself.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
But it will-
now
it
do
can
the hack.
shoot your
Oh,
own
you
ship.
probably don't have that much toast, because do the exclamation point toast command photic. Your trivia points and toast are now different, and your toast database is different, and because you weren't on the stream yesterday, I didn't have you in the databases of the new bot to transfer your trivia points into toast.
So how do I find the stats of my weapon system?
Hit I, and then look at the top, and it'll say ship. Well, actually, no, don't even bother with that.
Yeah, I was...
Just hit T, find the system, go to details, and then click on your groupings.
And welcome to the stream, Death Upon Dawn. Welcome back, I should say, apparently. I'm sorry that I did not recall.
Well, I mean, they're all individual.
The Toaster Overlord remembers
Yeah.
you.
Well, that'll tell you how much each one does, and then...
What are we explaining,
Is there a
CW?
way just to see the entire system all together?
I'm missing chat.
Logic screws
I don't
up
remember.
sometimes. Even if everything should work. I mean, server, like, oh, that's Chanel saying that.
Yeah.
I missed CW's explanation of the logic he achieved. No, it wasn't CW, it was Grim that achieved some kind of logic.
Yeah, and CW said explain further and elaborate. And I don't know what he's meaning.
Logic is really
I guess so. Talking...
One of my units uses 500,000 power,
Yeah, they're really expensive.
and I have 156 of them, and I'm not even close to finishing my ring.
I would say, like,
When it's finished, it'll be a nice ring of fire.
when it actually does fire.
Take that here.
Frodo, when I said destroy the ring...
I didn't mean my ring.
You know, talking with you guys on TS, I'm not building much here.
It slows you down, it happens.
Yeah.
I just got sped up when I finally got to the point of making a guide circle. Because now I can restrict and spam a block area. It's the only reason of my building has been sped up. It doesn't take a lot of focus. Death Upon Dawn is done, is gone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the bot say so and so left, like, fuck that guy. Get to it later.
No, just blank has left the chat. Nobody cares.
Yeah. I think that's
Just sort of like Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide. And no one cares.
But boss,
Okay.
could you change the bot who says it to the name Raven so it would be expected that anyway that response would be expected?
Make a Raven bot.
Yeah.
Oh god. That's probably a bad idea. Just saying now.
Users at the chat finally. Spam bot! Kill the spam bot with fire! The link Grim pasted was not the spam bot. Okay, I am gonna open Grim's picture real fast though.
I got
so.
it.
I'm
Screenshot with me.
I'm trying.
Oh
Most
yeah, I remember that.
it not opening you pain in the...
Ooh, Saber's got a good one there. User left the chat. Finally.
Finally. I mean, I can't tell what's going on with the logic from the screenshot, but
Yeah. I don't know what the logic's for.
The ship looks cool.
Oop, that does kind of look cool. Kinda, you know. Yeah.
How much power does your station hold, Boris?
Toaster Boris was trying to grab more sweet digital toast and failed. Oh no! My station currently holds over 11 million power, but it'll be going up.
If I put shields on my turret, will that also add shields to my main ship, or not?
I don't think so, not unless you use transfer beams. It doesn't transfer power, and ability of the power transfer that happens with duct entities happens at diminishing returns. So, stuff to keep in mind. I'm gonna have hard angles if I recess this dome like this. I didn't think about that. It sucks. Only one way to fix it. User left the jet and fell into a wine cellar.
Alright, my ship currently holds 5 million power.
Not enough. Not enough. Build it bigger.
Power failure.
Okay, I shouldn't have done what I did, damn it. Okay, I can use it. It's fine. I just need I want a one-block lip. I like clean transitions, and I have done something with the begin first layer of the dome that will not make a clean transition, so...
Why'd you do that?
So much power.
Yeah, not all the commands have been working tonight, Poetic. I think it is confused because it's running 2 bots. It's so much for Toaster Overlord to handle.
It was probably taken outside and tossed into the structure.
I can think of a lot.
Oh, I so need to finish this. But I don't wanna.
Boris, did you see Battle's suggestion for the chat?
Yeah.
Battle 00E33.
Most recent one user left the chat due to antisocial habits and bursts of depression. It's made a couple, that one's pretty funny though, for sure.
Alright, apparently I'm up to 6.1 mil. Slowly getting there. I wish you would just tell me how much fucking power I needed. Like
It
overall.
will. Hit T.
That power.
The details and expand the
No.
weapon array, and it'll tell you exactly how much it takes to fire.
No, overall. That tells me per group.
This is true.
Well, I'm up to 21,000 blocks on this finally. And I'm just done the wireframe on it.
Let's see, that uses 500,000. That uses 500,000. That uses... Aye.
Oops. Alright guys, I'm going dinner in a few minutes here.
I'm probably gonna be going out too, because, yeah. I need to eat more food.
Okay.
Can anyone find out if there is another StarMade streamer online that we should be rating?
I am looking.
I'll gladly throw a host their way.
Yeah, same here. StarMade. I think it's only us, but let me look. Yeah, just the two of us.
Damn it.
That's it. I mean, I have... Let's see, who else is
Is
on?
anyone in either of our chats or TeamSpeak planning on going online tonight?
I will. It's
Fuck it.
at least an hour because I got other stuff I gotta do. I'm gonna do a late stream tonight.
I mean, we don't have to raid or throw a host out. I just figured, we'd put it out there and offer, try and get something happen.
Yeah, my Factoro people are playing, but
Ruben, if you want to talk, it's 3:30 in the morning here, so that thing you want to chat about before we log off, I'll have to catch you either after this stream. I probably won't make it for your stream if you're streaming.
Yeah, it'll probably be an hour or two for me, just because life.
And I can swing back after,
yeah.
after dinner and potentially talk to people. Maybe it just depends. I don't know if we're gonna throw a show or a movie.
Yeah. Well, I can.
What?
Actually, Ben, if you want, I can really quickly just sort of give you the quickness version. It'll only take a minute.
Yeah, it's just as a reminder, she said to remind you that was all. So yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
forced finishes streaming.
I can just pop it over and talk to him about it too. It's not a big deal. It's not like I need both of you at the same time.
Well, Boris, I totally calculated how much power I need if each section required 0.5 mil. Yeah, 78 million power is what I need to hold.
Yeah, that's, I think you've built weapon systems that are improbable for the ship you're building.
That's why I said beams and cannons are nice, especially if they're driven by AI, because they'll always do their best to hit. And as long as you have an ion effect on them, they'll take out shields quickly. They just won't do a whole lot to hull. But I mean,
I'm gonna get this to fucking work.
Alright then.
I'm gonna do it.
I have one slow ass ship, bro.
Right.
It'd be so heavy.
Alright, Ben, I'm gonna steal you for a quick second. So.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll just jump in another channel if you don't want to be on stream, is what I'd
User left your
recommend.
channel.
Everyone works
Alright.
for you. I was just messaging.
User left your
There
channel.
you go. You can still see them.
Alright, well I'm gonna call it quits on my stream because I'm getting hungry again.
Sure, dude, sure.
So, I'm gonna say bye to everybody on my stream as soon as I get over to the right tab.
The right tabs.
Left tab.
Another spam bot? Kill the spam bot?
Kill it.
I can't. Don't have the power.
No, I need to promote a few more people. We'll get there.
No. I must be.
I can't even type in my chat because my chat said F you.
You don't have a very nice chat.
No, my chat doesn't like me. You should know that.
Alright, so last call. No one from the stream is gonna put up a StarMade stream tonight.
I guess not.
Chris the Nightbringer. You're still hanging around there somewhere, Chris.
Alright. I am...
Say